Gamers and gamerettes. There's just another round of Isaac for fun. I have a lot of Eden tokens. So let's play some Yee. Alright. We can work this out. So our tears rate is decent, it's just not so much our damage. Counterfeit pays good though. Alright, there's nothing in this big room. We're lucky we have like a really poopy first floor. So this chest is free. Let's see. Are we gonna do all 3 chests? Yeah, sure, why not? Especially because some of these chests could give us other bombs anyway. Alright, nice. That gets our movement speed up. Should we take it again? Should we?
Amnesia.
Okay, good. Alright. But we know we have a store now, so. Yeah, normally I don't really play games this late at night anymore. Typically I'm just probably like watching a YouTube video hoping I'll get tired after watching it, but I decided to stream, why not? Alright. It was just better to get rid of that fatty, cause okay. So let me draw a map, so let's just pretend this is the middle. I'm gonna draw a map in my head. So this is a giant square, and this is a little mini square under it, and this is a little mini square under it. This little mini square under it goes 2 ways. I've gone down this way. Have I gone this way? I have not yet. Okay. I'm just sort of drawing a mental map so I know which way I'm going, where I'm at. Oh, wait. I know we have Crystal Lost right now, but it's honestly best we go. I believe it was over here, yeah. Oh, by the time we're on the next floor, we have an idea where our secret rooms are. Alright, let's see what's over here. Maggie's bow. Nice little health up. $3 bill. Not super helpful, but it is going to shake the run up a little bit, so I'm excited about that. Hello, Jose Manuel Yenis. I didn't expect you to get on, honestly.
What the fuck did you call me?
Jose Manuel Yenis.
Oh, I heard something else. How'd you call me N-word monkey?
No, I'm streaming right now.
Oh, my bad. Hey, let me plug in my mic. I thought it was plugged in. It's my PlayStation mic right now.
Oh, okay, no, you're good.
Alright, that should be better.
Alright. How was you guys' movies?
They were pretty good. I love the Ninja Turtles movie, to be honest.
Yeah. So did Eric his first time around.
Man,
Man, I'm thirsty. I didn't get any drinks when we went,
Oh,
and all I
well, so
got
you
was
stood there for like a few hours, just no drinks, huh?
yeah. I chugged like 2 water bottles on the way to drop off Johnny, and then on the way home. I had to circle the block like 6 times. I kid you not, just to find parking. But no, I got parking right in front of the apartment, but probably in like I don't know if I want to go to sleep. Because if I leave it parked there, I'm gonna wake up and there's gonna be a ticket on it.
Are you parked like somewhere you're not supposed to?
Not really. You can only park there after 6 p.m.
Oh,
So you can't park there between 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
I see.
So I was gonna go to work today for like a couple hours, even though it's my day off, and
Just for
do
fun,
some
or?
no to do some stuff I have to catch up on.
Oh,
I mean they can do it themselves. It's already ready. They just have to. It's like a warranty return, so they just have to throw it in a box and that's it. I already did all the paperwork.
okay.
You went for any specific runs on Isaac?
No, this is just a little. I think I called it a late night stream. Yeah. Cause normally I'm off around this time. Normally I'm not even playing games.
Is today gonna be your day off?
Yeah, I have a day off until Wednesday.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's cause so for my first like month there, I'm gonna be shadowing the person training me, and
Oh, I see.
on weekends it gets so busy they don't have time to train me, and then my trainer's days off are Monday and Tuesday,
Tuesday?
so
Oh, I see.
I kind of just got the weekends off by default, and she told me during my interview though that I'm more likely to get Tuesdays and Wednesdays off, like when I actually start working.
I see. And how long did you say it's gonna take for you to become like to be at the position you want to be in?
To be at the position I want to be, it's gonna be take me a little bit longer because I signed up at a relatively unfortunate time.
How so?
Because so for me to actually become like a pet stylist, I need to go to school, and school doesn't start for a few months.
Oh damn.
Yeah, but normally but for the most part, you typically don't stay there longer for 2 months. But school's not in session for a good while.
So what, they'll just have you like as an assistant or something?
Yeah, so right now I'm just bathing.
Bathing.
I
What
can't
is
cut
that?
hair.
Oh, I
You-
see.
I can't cut the dog's hair. I could only give them baths. Which, I mean, fuck it, that's cool. You know, I'll learn little by little. I've already watched them cut.
How's it look? Does it look relatively easy?
Huh?
Does it look relatively easy?
Yeah. I feel like it's one of those things where it looks easy. Once you actually do it, you're gonna be like, oh, fuck. There's this character you could play as in the Binding of Isaac called Eden, bro. It's so fun.
Eden?
Mm-hmm.
What does he do? Or what does she do?
Well, they're all Isaac, so it's gonna be he. But the stats and the item they spawn in with is random.
Let's see.
This run I started with shitty stats and shitty items, as a matter of fact. This run started shit, but the items I found along the way are somewhat doing me justice.
What?
Every once in a while, I just remember how I first met Bradley, and it's because of this stupid game.
What was it?
Huh?
Who was it?
It's because of Binding of Isaac.
How'd that happen?
He just sat next to me in the fucking computer lab one day, and he's like, "Have you heard of the Binding of Isaac?" And I was like, "No, I hadn't heard of." Oh, I've heard of it, but I didn't really know what it was. I know Jacob would play it, but that's all I knew about it. All I knew is that Jacob played it. I didn't know what kind of game it was, or honestly, like just by like hearing the name of it, I thought it was gonna be like some Telltale-ass game.
I can see that.
So the name of it sounds very story-driven. No?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Was-
blame you.
So I thought it was gonna be like a story game. Now it's a fucking Flash game apparently. And he showed me this game, and I liked it. And then
What grade did you guys meet in?
11, no 10th.
I don't know. He's like your best friend now, huh?
Yeah. It's actually broken.
What do you mean?
I'm pretty sure they'll disappear as soon as I exit this room though. If not, then this is actually broken. So there's this poop in the game that oh no, they stay with you. Oh shit. So there's this item in the game for every poop you destroy, it gives you like little like followers that help you around and do damage. And there's these red poops in the game that regenerate. So once you break them, they come back. And I was just like, oh shit, this is kind of broken. I'm pretty sure once you
Destroyed, that's it.
yeah, like once you well, I thought like once you left the room they would oh, they destroy them. Okay, they self-destruct after a while. Okay, got it. That makes sense. Okay. So they won't kill themselves after the room, but they'll self-destruct. That makes sense. One of my favorite things about this game is when it gets fucking like crazy.
Crazy, like all the bullet hell and shit, or what?
Yeah. Or like when you have like a broken setup. Or even when the game turns into a bullet hell gets fun too. One of my favorite bosses to fight is Mega Satan. Oh my bad, YouTube. I mean Mega Stanley. A lot of Binding of Isaac YouTubers call that boss Mega Stanley because they get demonetized when they call him Mega Satan.
That sucks.
Yeah. There's an item in the game called the Razor Blade. They also get demonetized for mentioning it. So
What's the workaround for that?
Blazer Raid.
Huh. That sucks.
I think those are the only two I think those are the only two things that I've known them for to get demonetized for. I don't watch that many different Binding of Isaac YouTubers, so. Especially now that I play the game, I'm less likely to watch people play it on YouTube. But there is this one guy that I watch every day because he has like a crazy fucking streak. At first I started hate watching him, so like, nah, this was not gonna keep up this streak. And then,
And who did?
Huh?
I said, and then who did?
Oh yeah.
Do you know what the horns are for in Minecraft?
What happened?
I said, do you know what the horns are for in Minecraft?
The horns?
Yeah.
I think you can just make a noise with them.
Because I know they have status effects, but I have
Oh.
two that are Seek, and they don't do shit.
Look, anything after like the aquatic update, I really don't know what it does. So yeah. Sorry about that, dude, but I don't know too much about Minecraft after the aquatic update.
Okay.
But honestly, like, let's say you were to have never watched a single Minecraft video in your life, you'd basically just have to figure out the game yourself.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Especially there's no tutorial world anymore either, so.
Oh, they got rid of it?
Yeah. Or maybe I'm not a new player and I don't get it when I boot up the game anymore, but last I've checked, they gotten rid of it. Yeah, and I don't really take advantage of all the new stuff Minecraft has added. Mostly because there's not much to take advantage of. Like how they made snow uninhabitable. Like, okay.
Oh yeah, that is kind of annoying when you go to the snow biome. Sometimes you'll fall into the snow.
You'll fall into the snow, and at night there's these skeletons that shoot slowing arrows at you. And so they,
Oh, I forget what they're called. They're called like,
yeah.
damn, what are they called?
I forgot what they're called either, but.
What the fuck's on my hay?
But my favorite biome to build in was snow biomes beforehand, but ever since they changed them, I've just been,
I'm interested.
yeah. Like seriously, who the fuck? You know, I don't know anybody who wants to play the game like that.
No, it sucks. I was going through the snow biomes looking for the pillager fortresses. Because
Oh,
they
yeah.
have a bunch of books there. And I was just trying to max out my enchantment room.
Yeah.
And I found like, what was it, like four underwater temples.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Dude, they suck. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they're honestly not worth going for.
No, the best thing they had was fucking. Can I say the F word?
You can say fuck, yeah.
The best thing they had was fucking gold blocks, and that's it. And I don't really mess with gold. The only time I'll make gold is like if I'm making like some nether armor, for just so the hoglins don't mess with me.
Yeah, I think they only added that just so gold has like a fucking use, other than apples.
Before I swear it was like 9 nuggets for a gold enchanted apple. I didn't realize it was 9 ingots.
Yeah, they hello Theon, welcome to the stream. Before it was 9. I'm pretty sure it was 9 nuggets at one point, but they've nerfed the golden apples so much.
I know, they only give you 2 extra hearts and then
It's
The
always been the
effect-
2 extra hearts, but yeah.
But then the effect wears off so quick.
Yeah, it wears off in like 20 seconds.
Because when a witch pulled up in my crib, she threw a... I kind of fucked up too, because I think her poison, no matter what, takes you down to half a heart, no matter how much health you have or whatever.
That's what poison does, yeah.
Yeah, it's always half a heart. And then I ate an apple.
People hate filter too much. Am I playing with filter on? Really?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I do have filter on. Huh. I guess I've had it on for so long, I just didn't really notice that I had it on. That's crazy. How do you feel about the filter? I mean, I don't mind it. Oh, I'm talking to the guy watching my stream.
What's the guy's name?
It's Theon? Theon?
Welcome to the stream.
Not Theo Vaughn. I'm not sure how to pronounce his username, but yeah. So the way this Binding of Isaac looks, it looks 8-bit.
Oh, that's sick.
But the original Binding of Isaac was like made in like Adobe Illustrator.
I love Adobe Illustrator.
I learned how to use it in high school. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fun. We made a
There's so much you can do with it, like it's crazy.
we did an animation with Adobe Illustrator.
Okay,
You know, I was going for like the cyanide and happiness kind of feel.
I see.
There was like a bunch of like little sketch. I was the only person in the class that turned in like a final project. Because it was supposed to be animation, but it started off like the first semester was Adobe Illustrator, and then the second was animation actually. And one of the jokes I remember putting in was like, it's this like fat guy and this like skinnier guy, and the fat guy tells his friend, like, "Hey man, can you believe it? I lost 150 pounds." And then he's like, "No, to be honest, you look the same." He's like, "Yeah, because I didn't lose it myself, because I just divorced my wife." And he starts laughing, his friend starts laughing, and the guy starts crying, and she took half my shit. And the guy's like, "Oh," and the other guy's just crying, it's just awkward. And the teacher's like, "Yeah, it's pretty funny." He goes, I'm gonna just give you an A because you're the only person that actually submitted the final project. I'm like, hey, that's what's up. The teacher was cool.
I think graphics arts teachers are just cool in general.
Yeah, you can tell he liked his job.
Yeah.
It just sucks that most of the students didn't give a shit.
That's exactly how it was in my graphics arts class as well. A pretty good portion of the students just really didn't give a fuck. But there's like a couple of fucking tryhards.
Yeah, my friend, he was smart enough to realize that the teacher gave us like, he would have us do vector art, and we would have to copy it.
Vector, like from fucking Despicable Me?
It was all like vector art, and then so we had to copy it ourselves. He would give us like a little thing to trace, and we would have to fill it in with color and all that. And
Yeah.
my buddy was able to go into my teacher's computer and just grab the final copy, which it had like all the vectors in place. That he would open it up on his screen, and he would just like tweak them a little bit so it wouldn't be perfect. And he got away with it until I think like the last month of school, where the teacher caught on, and he was like, he goes, lucky for you, I only realized it was the last project. He goes, so you're still gonna get credit for all the other work that you did.
Okay. So I started off playing as Eden, but I have the Eternal Ankh. So when I died, I respawned as Blue Baby.
Blue Baby?
Yeah.
Baby?
And the character's name is question mark, but everybody calls him Blue Baby.
Is it like a strangled baby or like a drowned baby?
It's... Oh, fuck. What was I expecting to happen? It's okay, we'll do another run. I have so many Eden tokens. Oh yeah, but there were some kids like in my graphic design class that I guess already knew how to use Adobe Illustrator. And, like, instead of like following the prompt that the teacher gave us to try to, you know, to try to practice with, they were just like making their own shit. Just like there's this kid who just made a picture of fucking Spider-Man. Just using shapes in Adobe Illustrator.
I remember one of our project. I wish I kept like my copies of it, where we had to do 3 icons, like 3 graphic icons, and it was supposed to represent a movie. And I remember I did Jaws, and I think the first one was a shark, then it was a boat, and then it was like a propane tank. And I felt bad because nobody could guess it, and even the teacher's like, is this supposed to be, what movie is this supposed to be? I'm like, it's supposed to be Jaws. He's like, oh, I see it now. And then, luckily, the teacher wasn't grading us on
Yeah, these stats are pretty bad.
on who could guess it. It was like who also sees that it's for Jaws. But it's like nobody in there saw Jaws except for like 2 kids. Even the teacher didn't see Jaws.
That's unfortunate. My nickname for my teacher in that class was Captain America.
Oh yeah, was that?
Cause I had this so I went to a field trip to Boston in the year before, and I bought a
Boston, Massachusetts?
yeah,
Oh wow.
and I bought an American flag sweater. So it was one of those things where I just saw it was like an impulse purchase, honestly, but I wore it for like a good 2 years.
Do you still have it?
I still have it. Yeah, I just haven't worn it in a while.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wore it mostly when I was like a hardcore Republican. I don't know if you knew me during that phase.
Nah, not really.
I mean, oh yeah, clearly you knew me because you met me when I was in 9th grade, but I don't know if you were around that much for that part of my life. But yeah, I was like a hardcore, I was a hardcore Republican at the time.
Hardcore conservative too.
Yeah. Yeah, so for a while I was like a hardcore, just straight up like Republican. Then I stopped associating with the party and kind of went my own way, and now I'm kind of... And if anything, I went even further right-wing. Not like,
Oh, really?
not like neo-Nazi territory or anything stupid like that, but I was like a libertarian kind of dude, like...
Oh, I see. Cause me myself, like I would call myself like a centrist. Like I forget.
I'm more of a centrist now than I ever was before.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. It's like there's classifications where it's like a fiscal conservative, and I forget what the other one is. But like money wise, I'm conservative.
Oh, like for like economics and whatever.
Yeah. But I forget what our teacher had us take a test.
I
I had
see.
one friend that was like fucking alt-right conservative. It was kind of funny because he was the only one in the class and he felt bad. He's like, what, you guys don't agree with me? He was like, no. My economics teacher was cool though. Like, we played this game where it was just gambling. He's like, you start off with $50. The person with the most money.
Is
gets,
it like
an
the
A
stock
for
market
this.
one?
No. It was something. It was just like he would ask us. It was like, okay, how many of you grew up with 2 parents? How many of you live in a house that your parents own? How many of you rent? Shit like that. And depending on what answer you gave for each question, you would get a certain amount of money. So there were kids that were in there with like $50, and kids that were in there with like $5. And you basically had to like gamble your way up. And he found that like, or the class realized that the people that started with the most money either stayed like the same or ended up gaining more, whereas like the people that had started with less money either went fucking broke or ended up with less than what they had.
I see.
And I forget what the lesson was, but I remember it was fun because it was just gambling and I like gambling.
So I took prep courses during the summer every year of high school, and for U.S. history prep, we did a stock market game that simulated the stocks from like I forgot what year it started or for like what time period it started, but it started from sometime in the 20s all the way up until the Great Depression. and we're like simulating like actual numbers, and we're trying to guess to see who would get the whoever had the most money by the Great Depression won. And we didn't do we were split into teams. Our team didn't do so good, but then when I did AP US history, my history teacher ended up playing the exact same game, like my actual teacher, not my prep teacher, ended up like having the exact same game in mind, and since I already knew what was gonna happen, I did so much better.
Oh yeah.
I think I was the second highest. I was the second highest scoring team the second time around, but the people who were the first highest scoring team of the second time around were the other people that were in that same prep class as me.
Oh, I see.
So, because again, we already knew which stocks were going up and down and when, or which ones were going dormant. Oh, I already found the item room.
Nah, we didn't get to play that one.
That's where like my AP US history shit is on. So.
What's funny is I think I ended up failing AP US history and just retaking it online. That's because at that time we had gotten evicted, so I was taking the bus to school, and I think it was like what, like $5 each day just to go to school, and then just to go back. So I wouldn't always go to school every day. Sometimes I would just stay home because I just didn't have money to go to school.
I see.
And I was telling my teachers, and then my teacher's like, well, talk to your counselor. And my counselor's like, well, if you want to graduate, you know, we have to put you in these classes. I was like, fuck it. And I took the classes, and I think they had all the answers online. So I pretty much got A's in those classes, even though I failed it originally. But it's crazy. I'm surprised they would offer shit like that to students. Like, if I could have done that from the beginning, I would have not paid attention like any class. But then
And just done it online.
Yeah, but if I would have done it that way, I probably would have been a lot dumber.
Yeah, probably. I have no idea.
Because I used to be in Magnet. I don't know if you know what that is.
Yeah.
I used to be in Magnet up until 8th grade. Because I went through phases where I was like a tryhard in school, and then I would be like, what's the point? And I would just not do work. So then 8th grade, even though I failed my math classes, my English, I still graduated, which I was surprised.
Like you failed them, like F?
Like F's, yeah. So then 9th grade, they put me in, I don't want to, it might sound like mean, but they put me in the class with like all the regular kids. And you could tell like I wasn't supposed to be there because I would finish my work early. I would get like 90 to like 100% on like everything. And the teacher's like, you know, you're a good student. How'd you feel if I put you in my my honors classes? Because they didn't offer AP for freshmen. It was just honors.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, put me in honors. And then I was in honors, I'm like, this shit's not that bad either. It's just...
It's usually the same, it's just the environment's a little different.
Yeah, it wasn't even that bad. It's just they gave us more work. That's all it was. It was just more homework at the end of the day. And then I took AP, like, throughout the rest of high school.
One of the biggest reasons why I failed most of my classes, with the exception of pre-calculus, is because I just like chose not to do the work. Not that I didn't know how to do it, but I chose not to do it. So for Algebra 2, I had to retake the class for Saturday school because I got a D. And and the way it is like you have a set amount of work to finish. Like you have like a set amount of lessons to do within the entire Saturday school session. I was the fastest one to finish. And I finished it like with 2 weeks left of Saturday school left. So I literally had 2 weeks of Saturday school where I was just chilling on my phone.
No, I didn't even take pre-calculus. I did Algebra 2, and I was like, they're like, do you want to take pre-cal for your senior year? I'm like, nope.
I took pre-calculus in my junior year.
Junior year? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, since I failed in middle school, since I failed in middle school, they gave me pre-algebra. I'm
I
like, I
see.
know how to do all this shit. Because they had me in that class and there were some magnet kids in there. I think I told the story before. And they thought they were like hot shit. Because they're like, they would basically, they wouldn't say it outright, but they would make fun of all the other kids because they would struggle with it. And I guess it was easier for them or they had already done it before. And so they would always like clown on the other kids for not knowing like the answers and shit. And I would have by myself. So one day I took like the dumbest kids in the class and we had a group project. Or not a group project, but a group challenge where the teacher would write down answers on the board and each group had to present the answer. And it didn't matter who got the answer as long as one person in the group submitted the answer first and they got it right. And I literally took like the dumbest kids, like the kids that wouldn't even like do any work, and our group won. And I remember they got so mad, and the teacher was like, okay, whoever answered like the most questions right from your team gets like more candy than the rest of the team. And since I answered everything, I got like the biggest bunch of candy. So I passed out my candy to like all the other kids except for the magnet kids that were like all like hot shit.
You know, for 9th grade, the algebra class that I failed, they actually put me in magnet algebra.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I was trying to get back in magnet because in our school was Sigma, Mesa, ESJ, and magnet.
I see. Oh, so your school had like little like academies too, then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, ours we had like Global, Humanitas. Why the fuck do I keep teleporting out? Is it the joystick? I usually don't have this item on me, so it might be that.
But I never got back into magnet, but I would take AP classes, and the AP classes were cool.
I mean, you don't need to be in magnet to take AP classes, man.
No.
Although in the AP classes there were a lot of magnet kids.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what's crazy? There was like 60 people in our fucking AP US History class.
How many?
60.
Wow, what the fuck? Is it just one teacher that teaches it, or what?
Yeah, it was just all one teacher. So what they had to do to make it manageable is that they took half the class and they made them come in at like 6 in the morning.
Damn.
So they had like a 0th period, and that was their AP US History.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Were you a part of that class, or were you the one?
No, I stood in the normal class. Cause you had to volunteer for it. I wasn't gonna do that shit, you know.
Yeah.
Especially cause at first I thought I was gonna drop out of it.
I see.
But I ended up staying, ended up doing good.
Do you have any college credits?
For AP US for history, yeah, but that's it.
Cause I have college credits, but I have them for statistics 1 and 2.
I see.
I think we call it statistics A and B. The statistics are fun. The teacher we got was Mr. Niebergall. He was cool. He was like, I shit you not, he's like 80 something. And he was,
oh my god, why am I doing so bad today?
We would ask him, like, hey, Mr. Niebergall, are you gonna be back next year? And he would tell us, he goes, anytime a student ever asks me if I'll be back next year, I'm gonna be here. Because there's one day when a teacher or when a student asks, or no students ask if I'll be here next year, that'll be the year that I retire. And you could tell he loved his job. It was really nice.
Yeah.
He was a real cool guy, and he would take the students on field trips and shit.
That's cool.
But he would get permission from the school to take them to like somewhere local, because it would have to be. He would take them in his van, which was kind of weird. And we would kind of joke about it, but he was a nice man. He met O.J. Simpson before he killed, before he supposedly killed his wife.
Yeah, you have to say like allegedly.
Yeah. Because he had a
Legally.
picture of him. He's like, look, I got a picture of O.J. Back when he was at USC. Like,
That's funny.
That's cool. Yeah, he was honestly like one of the best teachers I ever had. You could tell he loved what he did. Like he would show us like Like at the beginning of class, he would show us like a 5-minute or like 10-minute clip from a movie that was like inspirational, and it was like that every day, and it was never like the same movie either.
That's cool.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah, it reminds me of my teacher, Mr. Gasser, one of the most patient math teachers I've ever had. Unfortunately, they switched me out of his class because apparently I was too good for his class. Apparently. That's the year they switched me into the magnet class for algebra.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but I was in like I was either regular or honors. No, I was in regular and they moved me to honors or magnet.
Man, my algebra 2 teacher sucked. I don't know if she hated her job or what, but she was like super strict. If the students didn't get it, she wouldn't really want to help them. She would just explain it once and be like, if you don't get it, look at the book. And what's funny is before we graduated, we had to do like an exit review or some shit like that.
Yeah.
We would perform like a presentation saying like what we learned in school, what we want for the future, and what we think of like school in general. And my part was like the whole school system, and I basically said like, you know, in like public school, it's hard to actually get students to care for what they want to do, especially when the teachers don't care much for like what they're teaching. Like it's as much as like experience from the teachers that it is for the students. Like if you have a good teacher that loves what they're doing, it'll reflect upon the students. And the teacher, I was doing the presentation for, she's like, oh, so what you're saying is like teachers don't care and that's why the students are doing poorly? And I'm like, no, but I go, it is like a responsibility of the teacher to make sure that like a student does well. And she took it the complete wrong way. And she like gave my part of the presentation like the lowest grade possible. And afterwards, she took me out into like the hallway to like give me a lecture about it. Like she took it too personal. And the other two teachers were like, they agreed with what I was saying, so they gave me a higher grade and it kind of balanced out. So, yeah,
Probably just had a stick up her ass.
yeah, she didn't like me. She liked me in her class because I would just sit in the front and do my work. And
I
I'd
see.
get, like good grades, but I guess she didn't like me during the presentation. She didn't even remember me either. So she was like, if you were one of my students, she goes, you would have been like perfect. Like you wouldn't feel the way that you feel about teachers. I'm like, I was your student.
Tuh. She's that full of herself, huh?
Yeah.
Oh. You know how if I get very comfortable, I become very chatty? I got very comfortable in my 9th grade science class, and I got very chatty to the point where no matter where you moved me, I had somebody to talk to.
Oh, I see.
So, so the teacher moved me like in the to the desk next to hers.
You would just talk to her?
Yeah, I would just talk to her, and then she'd catch herself, and she's like, "Wait, get back to work." We'd be having like a full-on conversation of like, I was like, I told you this, so like no matter where you put me, I have somebody to talk to. I was so cool. I was so cool with everybody in that class. That was one of my favorite classes for 9th grade. The fuck, you can get a greed fight in here? That's crazy. I'm gonna do it. Oh, I have to do it. I don't know what gave me the idea that this one could have been optional, but yeah, why would it be optional? Honestly, my Algebra 2 teacher was really good. I could tell you. He tried really hard. Well, of course he tried really hard. He was the head of the math department.
My Algebra 1 teacher, I hated her. Like, she was cool, like, the first semester. And then, like, towards the second semester, she basically told me I was going to fail the class. And I was like, why? I was, like, one of her best students. I'm like, why am I going to fail the class? She goes, oh, because I can't find any of your homework. I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, yeah, like all the homework you turned in. She goes, I have it checked that you did it, but I don't have it. I'm like, so what you're telling me is I did my homework and you lost it. She goes, no, I could never lose it. I go, yeah, you must have lost it, because how the fuck? Nobody touches like her notebook, and she had like a stamp, like 30 different stamps, and each day she would put a different stamp. Like every month she'd go twice on a stamp, but it's like if it had 31 days in it.
I see.
She's like, yeah, I have your stamps here and I have it signed, but I don't have your work. I'm like, this is bullshit. I go, what the fuck? I go, it's like the last week of school, and you're telling me I'm gonna flunk, like right before graduation. Or not, not before graduation. It was a junior year, I think.
Yeah, right before you head into your, right before the school year ends.
Yeah, I'm like, how? How did you lose all this stuff? She goes, I didn't lose it. She goes, I just don't have it. And I talked to my counselor, and then the counselor brought the teacher in, and I like explained the situation. And the counselor was on my side. She was like, how the fuck did you lose all this work? And she's like, I couldn't have. She goes, I have it marked here that he did it. And then the counselor was like, all right, well, who has the stamp? Did the students have access to the stamps? And then she was like, no, the only person that might have it was like a teacher assistant, but that's it. And she goes, how many teacher assistants do you have? She goes, one. And what period is it for? Like fourth period, and I had her for third period. And so the counselor was like, so there's no way he could have gotten his hand on it, right? And she's like, no. Where do you keep your stamps? In my desk. Do you have it locked? Yeah. And so the teacher's like, well, or the counselor's like, well, it looks like you messed up and you just don't want to admit it. And the teacher's like, okay, I'll count all of his homework as like credit, then I'll consider it like it was done. And I was just pissed. I was like, what the fuck you mean like it was done? It was. Because I would make sure, like her homework, the math homework, I would do first, because it would usually take me like the shortest. And then I would do like English, and then I would do like history, because history would always take the longest, just because it was like a bunch of reading.
Yeah.
And then taking like Cornell notes. But yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
For me personally, math took me the longest always.
But yeah.
I was not much of a math head.
Either. Most of like my cooler teachers in school were like my AP teachers too.
Oh yeah. I feel like AP teachers are more guaranteed to be like some of the better teachers to have.
Yeah, just because you can tell they actually love like what they do.
I mean, they're an AP teacher for a reason.
Yeah.
They're good at what they do.
Yep.
That's funny, like, again, when I was taking AP US History, that's, again, when I was, like, a hardcore Republican. And, my AP US History teacher was, the exact opposite. And, even though we did not get along together politically, we just got along, just like in general.
Yeah.
Wanna know how fair he was? On the last day of school, I went in with a Make America Great Again hat. Not only did he still change, like, not only did he keep his promise of if you pass the AP test, you get your grade changed into an A. He still kept that promise, and he gave me a bowl of macaroni.
What the fuck?
On the last day of school. Yeah.
For what?
I don't know.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was like a bowl of like macaroni from like I don't even remember where. I'm gonna be honest. The point is, I ate it and I loved it.
I remember that same algebra teacher that wanted to flunk me for the fucking missing homework. I think that was like that same year Trump got elected, and she showed up to class just crying all day.
Oh my god.
She was like, how could somebody that racist be the president? And she was like, he's not my president, he's not my president. And I don't know if it was like this at your school, but at our school they were holding like walkouts to supposedly go protest. But most of the people that were walking out were just going home.
Just ditching, yeah.
Protesting.
Yeah, that happened at our school too.
Yeah, which I considered it, but I'm like, what the fuck? If I go home, my dad's gonna make me clean. I'll just stay in school.
I'll just stay in school.
my dad would be like, what? Because my school never had like my parents' like contact information. Because I don't know if you guys did this. I'm pretty sure you did. But like at the beginning of the school year, you would have to fill out like emergency cards,
Yeah.
like with your parents' information or like your guardians or whatever. And
Yeah.
I never turned mine in. And they would ask me for it, and like, oh yeah, it's at home. My mom has to sign it or whatever. And then, so they would never get like any of my report cards or nothing like that, which is pretty cool because sometimes I would just ditch school and go straight home and just like sleep all day. Which my mom was cool with. I would ask her, hey mom, can I ditch? She's like, yeah, sure, and I would just stay home. The only thing is when my dad would come home from work, or if he came like during lunch, because he would do that sometimes, I would have to like hide in my closet until he left.
My mom would never let me do that shit.
No, my mom was, I don't know if she was like, I think it's because she's like, man, if he's gonna ditch, I'd rather have him just stay home than like out to doing like some like hoodlum shit.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
My mom would be like, yeah, just, text me when you're on your way home and I'll let you know if your dad's still here or not. And
Yeah,
if
the
he
reason why it was
I would
such.
just- I would just take like the long way home if I knew he was still home.
The reason why I was such a good kid, because my mom did this thing that would help me, like, behave myself called kicking my ass.
Oh, yeah, that's effective.
With a belt.
Ooh, nice. No, my mom, she got hit when she was young and she would never hit us.
Huh.
But my dad was the opposite. He would hit us all the time. Like, I remember one time he had me crying. I was in preschool, and I didn't know how to fucking spell my
Not in
name.
fucking preschool.
Yeah, because
No.
the teacher was like, what's your, my homework was to write down my name like 20 times or whatever. And my dad's like, what's your name? Jose, and he would hit me.
Oh, because you said Jose instead of Jose?
No, because he at home he would call me Manuel. He would call me by my middle name. So he'd be like, no, that's not your name. Ah! And then I would start crying. He'd be like, why are you crying? Ah! Another one. And then so I would like try and hold back tears and shit while I'm trying to spell my name. I'm like, how many fucking ways can you spell Jose? And then my dad, he got so frustrated. He's like, your name's not fucking Jose, it's Manuel. And I'm like, oh. And then I wrote it 20 times. He's like, alright, go to your room and play your Game Boy. I was like, oh, okay. And I just did that. And it fucked me up because I would go to school and the teacher would call me Jose. And she's like, Jose, why'd you write Manuel 20 times? I'm like, because my dad told me that's my name. And then the teacher was like, I guess it is your name, so I'll just let it pass. I was like, thank God, because my dad would have hit me if he found out I did my homework wrong, even if it was his fault.
Dude.
No, my dad he would hit us for like any little thing. But then once I had like more siblings, my mom would get mad at him and he stopped.
Are you the oldest?
I'm the second oldest.
Oh.
My older brother's gonna be 25 this year. He turns 25 in December.
I'll see.
Because he's like a year and a half older than me. Because he was born in 1998, but in December. And I was born 2000 in September. So, like, I'll turn 23 this year, and then my brother will turn 25. But yeah, no, I mean, school is fun for the most part, but I'd say it's, like, if I were to, like, want to go to school, it'd mainly be so I could see my friends, not, to go to fucking class or anything like that. But I feel like that, it's like that for, like, most people.
Don't some schools have like reunions or whatever? Or is that like white people
Mine
shit?
had one. For like it was like a 5-year reunion or some shit. Or no, it's gonna have one. But I'm not going to that. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's weird. Like, yeah, like, oh, you get to see all your friends, but I'm like, I didn't really have that many friends in high school. Let alone like close friends that I still talk to. plus with social
I would honestly
media,
like be quiet at one of those.
yeah. Plus with like, I feel like with social media, you can just talk to them online.
Yeah.
It'd be weird to go to a whole event just to talk to somebody. Like it'd be nice to like catch up with them, but still, it's like motherfucker, you can just like message me on Instagram or some shit.
Yeah. Some of my friends I still talk to and hang out with once in a while.
Oh yeah.
It's mostly like I mostly talk to like fucking well, essentially this party, but like
Yeah.
my other friends in high school, I still talk to them once in a while. They're the ones that I always go to the beach with.
I see. Nah, most of my friends it sucked because I was always the one that had to like make plans to like go out and shit because they would all just stay home. So it would kind of get like.
I hardly ever stood out. Hardly
Yeah.
ever. Or got to go out, rather.
Yeah, it was the same for me until like I want to say like junior year of high school. Cause my mom was always like super protective of me. She wouldn't want me to go out to anybody's house, even if they lived down the block. Then when I got older, she's like, I feel bad not letting you go like see your friends and stuff. I'm like, yeah, it sucks. But I had a friend that lived like the next block over, and I would go to his house like almost like at least once a week.
What the fuck is wrong with me? Sorry.
His name was Ivan. He was pretty cool. And I would go see him, and then he went to the Marines, and all this weird shit happened, and that was it. But yeah, it was cool. It was funny. There was this one girl in like and because he joined, I forget what it was called, but it was like the kids that would run marathons.
Oh, track and field or cross country or.
No, it's called something else. It's like SRLA or something. Yeah, Students Run LA, some shit like that.
Oh yeah, I think we had that shit too.
Yeah, he joined that, and then there was this girl in there, and he's like, man, I like her, she's cool, we listen to like this obscure artist, and he's like, I wanna like be with her. I'm like, oh, go for it. And then he did, and they got together, and then he was all like infatuated with her, and then he joined the Marines, and then when he got out of boot camp, he had written her like fucking 30 like poems and shit, and you could tell she was like a little like
Annoyed or.
weirded out by it, because I think she realized like, oh, he loves me more than I love him.
I see.
But then before he went back to the Marines, they had sex, and then since I was like the first guy she had sex with, she thought it was gonna be like him for the rest of her life. And then when he was out in the Marines, he was like banging other chicks in the Marines.
Duh.
Yeah, so it was all crazy. I can't believe he cheated on me. Does he still love me? I'm like, I don't know. The motherfucker don't answer back. You don't answer back to my text. Oh, that's fucked up. He's a piece of shit. I hate him. I can't believe he did this to me. And then like a month later, oh, he wants to get back together. What should I do? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I'm like, I wouldn't. I go, somebody cheated on me. I wouldn't get back with him. What the fuck? Oh, he's at the park. You said to him, go meet him or else he's gonna hurt himself.
Oh, you told me about this one before. I remember.
And I'm like, okay, call the cops. You know what park he's at? Yeah, call the cops. He's just like, oh, he said he's gonna hurt himself. I'm like,
you just didn't. Oh wait, I think maybe you did. I was gonna say you didn't tell me about the Marines part, but I think you did. I think you did.
Yeah, I was like, he loves himself too much to hurt himself. Like, he's a little bit of a narcissist. He's not gonna fucking hurt himself. He said, oh, he said he's just gonna go home. He's not gonna do anything. I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought. And I'm like, you know what? I go, I don't want to be a part of this. Good luck to you guys and goodbye. And then I blocked her because I didn't want to hear it.
Of course, but you don't have to hear it. I mean,
it was like at 11 at night, and I had work the next morning, and I was like concerned because this guy was like a close friend. I mean, I still care about him. But I'm like, I don't give a shit. Leave me alone. And it was fucking just anytime she would message me, it was some fucking drama. I was like, I don't want to hear this shit. So I was like, you know what? I wish you the best, good luck, and goodbye. And that was it. and I had her blocked on my old Instagram. On my new one, I think her page came up once, and that was it.
She didn't follow you on the new one. You're fine.
No, yeah, she seems. I'm not gonna lie, she seemed like a nice girl, but I feel like she was just a little infatuated with him.
You strumming your guitar?
Yeah. I gotta tune it again. I feel like it's out of tune a bit.
Yeah, I suggest tuning it every day personally.
No, I do like once every week or so, just when I feel like it's off, just 'cause I know from playing it, it kind of
Yeah.
fucks with it. 'Cause I use the Fender Guitar app. That's how I tune it. But it's easier when I have it set up on the amp. 'Cause if not, it's not that accurate.
I have like something that's like half metronome, half tuner. I just bought a guitar center for like $20.
Is the one that clips onto the guitar?
I used to have one of those, but I don't have one anymore. Those ones are the most accurate tuner though.
Yeah, I feel like it would be.
Because they don't, so instead of like hearing the sound, they feel the vibration and the frequency of the vibration. That's how it gets what note it's at.
Hey, don't you have different strings on your bass?
I added a new one since I got the bass, yeah.
Are they the black ones or the red ones?
They're not black or red, they're just regular silver.
Oh, I don't know why I thought they were black or red.
I was gonna get like neon green ones, but it would look weird on my black bass. Maybe you're thinking of my ukulele bass, which has black strings.
Maybe.
My ukulele bass is black rubber strings.
Yeah, I think that's what it was then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you don't use rubber strings on a ukulele bass, it's just not gonna sound that loud at all. A lot of people that I've like showed the differences to say they like the ukulele bass better.
Really?
Yeah.
So how many instruments do you have? Like what, 3, 4?
I have a ukulele, I have the ukulele bass, I have a regular bass, a piano, and if you want to count my automaton.
I didn't know you had one.
I bought it at Anime Expo. I got the Hatsune Miku one.
Oh, did you get it recently then?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Then also my ocarina.
Oh, that's right. I forget about that until you start playing it.
Well, it's because I don't use it. It
Yeah.
was kind of a waste of money. I kind of wish I never bought it, honestly.
It's fun.
It looked cool at the time, but it does sound cool. It's just wind instruments aren't my thing.
Yeah, in Mexico they have a bunch of knockoff ocarinas. They're all made out of like plastic. They're all made out of plastic and they don't even sound nice. They just sound like those like shitty like flutes you could buy at the swap meet.
Like a recorder?
Yeah, but worse.
No way.
Yeah. And then my mom, when we were out in Mexico like 2 years ago, or 3 years ago I think it was, we were gonna spend Christmas over there. My mom felt bad that, you know, we didn't have like any presents. So she went and she bought me a knockoff Wolverine Funko.
I've never seen like a, at least I don't think I have. I don't think I've ever seen a knockoff Funko Pop.
Yeah, I have it under my TV stand. I have, look, what do I have? I got, I think like 3 or 4 different Deadpools.
Knockoff or real?
Real.
Okay, I
I
was
don't have
about
the
to say.
knockoff. I have Grogu, the Funko of Grogu with like little eggs. I have U2s of Arthur, like when he's doing like the fist meme, when he punches his sister.
Yeah.
I have like a Roman Deadpool. I have Drake from Uncharted 4. I have the Revenant from Doom Eternal. I have Doom Guy from Doom 2016. I have Bob Ross Deadpool. And then I have Knockoff Wolverine. And then I think I have like a UV Deadpool somewhere.
A Yugi?
UV.
Oh, UV. I was about to say.
Yeah, when you shine a black light on him, it looks pretty sick. It looks cool without it too. Just because of the colors, it's like kind of like a lightish, like cyan blue. No, like a dark cyan blue with like violet, like bright violet. It's pretty sick. And I got him from GameStop. It's like him and he's like painting on a canvas. Like edition one that you could only get at GameStop. And I was gonna sell it because they're pretty rare. Because they have a regular Deadpool where he's painting, and then they have the UV, which the UV actually goes for, I think it was like, last time I checked, like $50. And I think I got the little bundle for like 20. And I was gonna sell it, but I'm like, fuck it. I'm not gonna go through the effort of selling it. I'm gonna just keep it. And I took it out the box.
I don't really like Pops that much, but there's only two that I want. One is like fucking ridiculously expensive. I think it's in the thousands.
Oh shit, which one is it?
Super Shadow.
Super Shadow?
Yeah. You know how Sonic goes Super Sonic?
Oh.
Yeah. It's Shadow the Hedgehog going Super Shadow.
You know they sell soap shoes?
They sell anything these days.
I was lucky thinking of getting some soap shoes, but they're only kind of usable on like rails and shit. Cause I've seen some cool videos of people using soap shoes on like handicap rails, but they like curve. These guys would jump on them and then they would be able to hit the curve and just keep going. It's pretty sick, but.
Oh yeah, the other pop I want. Oh my bad. The other pop I want is it's a chase. It's Violet Parr, but invisible. It's like clear.
Parr?
Yeah, from Incredibles.
I used to have a crush on her when I was younger.
Me too. Don't worry, Dick.
Yeah, I used to have a crush on her. I'm like, that's the kind of girl I want. And then, like, when they redid her in the new one, I'm like, why'd they change her? Because they changed her design up a bit, and then they definitely changed up that dude she liked. I forget his name.
Which one? Sorry.
The guy she liked.
Oh yeah. Fuck! I forgot his name too. Honestly, when I watched Incredibles 2, like it was like for like a school party or whatever, like let's say a school party. I didn't really pay much attention to it. It's because we had just got done watching Lion King, which is one of my least favorite movies of all time. Hot take, I know.
Least favorite?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! I almost choked on water. How come?
I just don't like it. I always thought it was boring. I think the only good parts of the movie are like, the fucking boar and the fucking meerkat.
Oh, Pumbaa and
Timon. I want to say like Simone. It's Timon, huh?
Yeah, Timon and Pumbaa. Man, you know what's crazy? I feel like I've seen that movie before, but I don't think I've ever seen it like all the way through. I feel like I've only seen like snippets of it.
The Lion King?
Yeah.
That's how fucking insignificant it is. Sorry, I just don't like that movie. The live action one's even worse. I heard it's just a watered down version of the original. Well, not the original, but worse.
Yeah, no, pretty much. I mean, it's because how can you make like realistic animals emote? You can't. Because then it doesn't look realistic. There's no point in doing. Excuse me, I'm burping.
What's up, Juniverse?
There's like no point in doing that. And then Jon Favreau, the guy that directed, he was like, I made this movie, but it was basically like kind of like a way to show off the technology and where it's at. I'm like,
that makes sense.
Just make a different movie.
Yeah.
Like if you really want to show it off,
it was just a cash grab.
Pretty much. Well, that's how like all these live action movies are.
Yeah. Because it did make money, whether you want to admit it or not.
Yeah, it did.
The Ariel one's okay, the Little Mermaid one.
Oh, you want to go watch it?
Yeah, we watched it as soon as it came out for the fucking jokes.
Nah, I didn't even see that one.
It's not, honestly, it's not worth it. Actually, there's only one scene that's worth it.
And what's that?
The Under the Sea song.
Under the sea. Ding, ding, ding.
It genuinely
Under the
looks very
sea.
beautiful.
Where it is wetter and it is better for you and me. What do they got under the sun? Wait, can I sing this or no?
You should be fine. Depends
We
on
gonna
how.
have to say she undone. Yeah, my little sister loved that movie. I'm not gonna lie, I would
The live action or the
No, the animated one.
animated one? Yeah.
She would watch it all the time, and my favorite parts was when he would sing Under the Sea, and then when Sebastian was about to get killed by the cook. 'Cause I think
They
he would sing-
removed that scene.
Damn, that was like
The
one of
live
my
action.
favorite scenes.
Yeah, that was also Bradley's favorite scene. He just wanted to see that, and then he was like, "Bruh."
Yeah, because the chef is in the kitchen. I don't know. I always thought he was singing the croissant. I would always hear him say le croissant, le croissant. How I love le croissant. This poor little succulent crab. And I would always say crab like that too. Crab. I would always like rewind the movie or like skip to that part, and my sister would be like, "Oh, you're already done with the movie?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's crazy, huh? This movie was like fast every time it's a little faster." Like, it's probably something with the CD.
How old are you when you're doing this shit?
Like 12 or 13.
Okay. Old enough to be a troll.
Yeah. And then there's this other movie, I don't know if you've seen it. I'm pretty sure you have, called Planet 51.
I've heard of it. I've never.
That movie did something to me. It was like it was the first time like I was going through puberty. I don't know if this is okay for the stream.
Yeah, sure.
But, like,
As long as.
like it was when I was starting to get like boners.
Oh.
And I remember there was
Yeah,
an
you're fine.
alien in it, and she would like show her cleavage, and it would just like get me going. I would go to the bathroom and be like, "What the fuck is going on? Why is my
That's
wee
that's
hard?"
that's where you got your first boner from.
No, it was like one of those things because I actually got it first from like anime on YouTube because I didn't know what anime was really. Like I thought Dragon Ball Z was just a cartoon. I didn't know it was like
Yeah,
considered
I
anime.
feel you.
And what it was like High School of the Dead.
Oh.
It was that famous like sniper scene where he's using the girl's like boobs like as a to like muffle the recoil and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this shit's so crazy, but I'm so horny right now. And I would go into the bathroom and just watch like the same clip over and over again.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Like what was another thing? Like I never had a wet dream because I know that you're
Me
supposed
neither.
to have wet dreams when you're going through puberty, but that's if you don't jack off because it's your body like ejaculating, and that's what it is.
Oh.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was like a little addict when I was in like middle school and through like freshman year of high school. So I never had a wet dream, and then after that, I was like every now and then I would do it.
You know what? You know, I did lie. I did have one. Now
Oh,
I
yeah?
remember. Yeah.
What was that?
Funnily enough, I was masturbating, so I don't know if your statement about not being able to get them while I had because it was like well into late high school. There was this girl I spent what's it called, winter formal with, and I guess maybe like a couple nights later I had a
A wet dream?
yeah, but what was weird about it is like I don't really feel anything for it. I didn't really feel anything for it. She was a good friend, but I didn't like, you know.
You know what's weird? That you say that?
Mm.
It's like I don't know what it is with me personally, But like when I really like a girl, I kind of don't want to see like anything like salacious about them.
I can see that.
Like there's this what was her name? Her name was Adriana. I was talking about her earlier today. Where she wasn't like she kind of had like a tomboy build. Like she didn't really have like an ass or like boobs.
Yeah.
But like I never really thought of her in like a sexual way. But I always liked her. She was cool. And then I thought she liked dudes, but it turns out she had a boyfriend in high school, like freshman year, just because her mom found out she was lesbian and didn't want to talk to her.
Oh.
So then by the time I met her in like sophomore year, and I was talking to her, and we had met before and we would talk every now and then, but she was just trying to annoy me. She goes, "You're always so like to yourself." She goes, "You never talk." I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Are you like upset or something? Are you just like mad?" I'm like, "No." She goes, "What are you feeling right now?" I'm like, "Nothing." She's like, "Same. I understand that. I see how it is sometimes." She was like, "I'll feel that way too." Or like my old boss, he would tell me, he goes, "Hey, why don't you smile? Like, aren't you happy?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm happy." But I go, I feel like you have to be like a different kind of happy to smile. Like if you
Yeah.
just smile all the time, then it kind of defeats the purpose of a smile. And he's like, "Nah, fool, just smile, just be happy." I'm like, I am. I just don't want to smile. And
I would only smile in front of haters.
in front of what?
In front of my haters.
No.
Yeah, if there's somebody like I knew didn't really like me that much, I would just smile in front of them. And just look about as happy as possible. I would do that with my ex. That was petty. If somebody does me dirty, I try my utmost best to get some sort of revenge.
I'm the opposite. Like, I do agree, like, with the idea of revenge, but I would never do it.
I see.
Like, it sounds weird to say, but I, like, fantasize about it. Like, not in, like, how I would get back at somebody, because I feel like, I feel like it's kind of stupid way to think. Like, you know how in movies where a character be like, "No, if we kill this guy, you know, we're just as bad as he is," or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
in movies, I'm like, "Fuck that." I'm like, "Kill that dude. I don't give a shit. Fuck him. He
Yeah.
deserves to die." But in like, real life, I'm like,
That reminds me
nah,
of there's like a Batman quote, like, if you kill a killer, there's the same amount of killers in the world. Like, yeah? What if I kill 2 killers?
yeah. That's like my grandpa. He has a saying that I don't know if it like he thought of it originally, but Gandhi has the same saying where it's like an eye for an eye and the world would be blind.
Yeah, that's a Gandhi saying.
Yeah, my grandpa. I told my grandpa told me that, and I told my mom, and my mom was like, "Oh, your grandpa used to say that a lot." And then I was like, "Did you know it's a saying from Gandhi?" And she's like, "I don't even think your grandpa knows who the fuck Gandhi is."
He probably saw that shit written somewhere, because I saw that written somewhere before I knew who Gandhi was as well. A lot of people like using that one, like especially like a lot of like world peace people. Some may refer to them as hippies.
And I'm a little retarded, and I think, okay, an eye for an eye and the world will be blind, but yeah, somebody's gonna end up with one eye left. You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, you gotta see me to take out the other eye first. Take out my last eye, and if you're blind, then fucking good luck. You're just gonna be swinging in the dark. I remember when I was I was in middle school, in like high school, I wanted to be a rapper.
That didn't we all?
Yeah, I was like, damn, but you know, rappers are always going through some shit. It's always like something tragic. I'm like, I wish something tragic would happen in my life. And then my parents got divorced, and I was like, damn, this shit sucks. I want to kill myself. And I was like, fuck, I guess my dream came true. Because when they
Is that why you're
split
making a
up,
mixtape?
that was like the initial thing of it, yeah. And I made one beat for it on like GarageBand, and that was it. Cause I would make other beats too. I'm like, but I don't know. I wouldn't know how to rap to it. 'Cause it would just
Yeah.
be like, you know? Oh shit.
Oh,
shit.
well,
Oh, I died. Fuck.
can you freestyle or no?
Sometimes.
Like what? Like I've never done it before because I've never written a song with lyrics. But I was thinking like maybe you'd like freestyle something first. It doesn't matter if it's sloppy. You can always tweak it later. You freestyle it over like a little rhythm, not like a beat or anything, but like sing it in like a rhythm that you like, or do your freestyle in a rhythm that you like, and then make the beat based around that.
Yeah. No, I would write shit down. Like I have a notebook full of like raps and shit, but I feel like they're all like bad. Like they're no good.
I mean, if you think about it, everybody thinks their own stuff is bad.
Yeah, like
It could be good, and you just don't see it because you're too hard on yourself. Even if you're not intentionally being hard on yourself.
But yeah, no, it's like that one girl I was talking about, Adriana, earlier, the one that turned out to be a lesbian.
Yeah.
We ended up being like good friends. Like I'll still talk to her every now and then. But I remember one time I wrote a poem. Cause we were out at the beach for like Upward Bound, and it was like, where's it go? There's like, oh, I forget how it goes. There's something like here at the beach, my feet get pressed in the sand, some shit like that. Like, it was basically a poem like I don't know where I'm at, and I don't know where I'm going, so I'm gonna just let the wind take me where it goes, or some shit like that. And I remember
That sounds hard.
You know, I was like, this shit's kind of whack. And then we had it was called like English grammar or some shit like that. It was like some college class.
No, I honestly think if you tweak that, I think that would go hard.
I have it somewhere written down.
Yeah.
But I have it on what do you call it? I have it on an index card because I'll write that shit on index cards.
I see. I have a binder full of like poems I used to write.
Yeah. No, I still write poems every now and then. Like I try to journal too.
No, I've been trying to do that too, but like every like while I'll go on like a few months hiatus where I just completely forget to do it.
Same here.
But I was consistent every day. And I would just like project my anger on them.
No, for me it's always like, cause, like, let me find this shit real quick. It'll help me like, concentrate what I'm saying.
I see.
Check. Cause I have a bunch of notebooks. Like, let's see. I wrote one in Spanish. Alright, here we are. Oh, I had a poem called Bullshit, which I wrote in March.
Bullshit.
March 16, 2023, so this year. And I wrote, yeah, the name of the poem is called Bullshit. I tend to think a lot of things that may or may be not. Cloudy storms drift up and over mind. Thinking much but wasting my time. Bullshit comes just as it goes. Too quick and often, this much I know. Every moment I spend on my thoughts only creates lives that could have been. Infinite permutations of things that I will never live. Inaction is action, and I know this too well, feeling the bottom of the sand time to swell. I think a lot about what I need to change, but thought into action seems out of range. That was a bullshit poem. And then...
That didn't sound bad at all.
Thank you. And then I wrote another one called... It's called Poem 1, but it's in Spanish. And then I wrote the English translation. And between the brown earth and white moon rest my ambitions. They begin close, but with unfocused eyes seem very far. Time keeps passing and never stops. Time's a friend turned enemy. But only time allows our ambitions to become reality. Until then, may they sleep for eternity.
one of the reasons why I started writing poetry to begin with is because I was excited to do it. Because in one of my summer prep classes for English, I had creative writing,
Uh-huh.
but we didn't do too much poem writing.
No.
And
I
so I was
love
just like, man,
creative
fuck it,
writing.
I'm gonna do this shit on my own then. Because
Oh,
like
yeah.
usually when you
Uh-huh.
have like a poem writing assignment, you make
They give you a topic
you have
or
like
some
some
shit.
sort of you have like either like a topic or some sort of limitation, and I
Yeah.
wanted to work with limitations because I mean just limitations just breed creativity. It's just like that, you know.
Yeah. You
And I
know,
just
when my teachers give me writing assignments, they would be like, "Oh yeah, here's this like topic, write about it." And they'd be like, "Write however much you want." And this one teacher, when I was in like the regular classes, she's like, she was teaching us like how there's different versions of the story of Cinderella,
oh
and how
yeah,
like the original version was like Egyptian or some shit. She's like, "Write your own version." And I wrote mine, and it took place during the Rodney King riots.
oh okay.
And she's like, yeah, she goes, write as much as you guys want. And I came back with her like the next day with 10 pages. And she was like, oh, thanks for bringing me these assignments. Whose are these? I'm like, oh, it's just mine. She goes, how many pages did you write? I go, 12. She goes, I'm not reading all that. Well, she didn't say it like that. But she's like, oh, that's a lot of reading. She goes, you wrote a lot. I go, yeah. She goes, you think you can condense it to like 3 pages? I'm like, man, you're gonna fuck up my
You
whole
just
story
poured out
just
your
so that
fucking heart and soul into it.
yeah, I'm like, you're gonna make me condense this shit to 3 pages? And then I condensed it, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna give you an A, it was pretty good. I'm like, yeah, it would have been better if it was still like just 12 pages. But she's like, I'm not reading all this shit. I'm like, why the fuck you tell me there's no limit?
Bullshit.
Yeah, fucking bullshit.
I like when you do that. That's just
Uh,
funny.
I have a journal entry from 5/20/2023. So it's what, January, March, April,
That's
May?
pretty recent, no?
Yeah, I wrote,
520.
yeah. I know not who I am, and I know not what I may be was the title of it. I go, every aspect of our lives from our earliest developmental years forms who we are going out into the world as. Moreover, every experience out in the world will influence who we evolve into. I feel as if a large part of who I am is either my family or my life experiences. How much of myself is my parents' influence, and how much of myself is me? I feel as if a part of me is what most people expect of me. For the people I don't want to disappoint, I act a certain way, and for those who I don't care of, I act differently. What is of my nature and what isn't? My thoughts are clearly distinguishable consciousness. I feel as if it's my nature of that of someone who wants to do right, but is always tempted to do something wrong. I'm sure there's a better way of phrasing that. It is more of a thing about the wrong that is possible of achieving, but I never act upon. Something like that. Or actually, I don't even know. Even writing this in the journal, I feel as if I'll be persecuted for saying how I truly feel. Maybe, or rather, hopefully, I can grow out of this and truly be myself.
That's
Then
it.
I have another one from June 2nd, 2023. I wrote on the top, no man can cross the ocean unless he has the courage to lose sight of the shore. I forgot where I got that quote from. And I go, oh, this one's like about relationships and shit. I go,
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't had any kind of relationships, romantic, since like freshman year of high school. And to be honest, they troubled me. I believe this fear is attributed to my parents' divorce, since it made me believe that love and marriage are lies that we deal with to not end up alone. I feel as if this fear of loneliness leads people to settle for a partner only to later in life regret their choices and time spent. I also believe it's very hard to find genuine people, especially when you don't look very far. Dating multiple people in your youth is a good thing, not only for the experience, but for the familiarity one might develop with oneself. Although I don't exclusively believe you need to be with somebody to realize who you are as a person, it provides a good stepping stone to what kind of a person you are in a partnership. Even though I feel as if it's important to date in your youth, I feel as if it would be irresponsible of me to court somebody and become a burden to them by not knowing who I am. You see, I struggle so much with who I am as a person. I know my core, but don't know my exterior. I feel that until I am one with myself, I am not ready to be with someone else. I long for a partner, but knowing how painful loss can be, I don't want to bring that upon anyone else.
Nice.
And
You're not much of a rhymer, are you?
no, these are just journal entries.
Oh, those are journal entries. I thought, okay. Because you did read them kind of poetically, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, my poems,
Right. I don't know if you just read like that, because it's my first time hearing you read out of something, but...
And then I have this one from June 4th. The title is Then to Have Never Loved at All. At this moment in time, I believe I'm emotionally unavailable. I say this because I believe I don't know how to express my love to people. This refers more to my belief that I don't want to burden anyone. I often tell people that if they ever need anything, they can call upon me. Most often they never do, but on the off chance that they do, I'm more than willing to help out. My idea of what love is telling someone you appreciate their existence and the role that they play in your life. At times I feel as if I want to be able to convey these things to someone else. I also fear that I may fall out of love with someone, or even worse, that they will fall out of love with me. After which will only fill my head up with inadequacies of how I failed. For this very reason, at times I feel as if it's easier than to love than to have never loved at all. My attitude towards others is geared towards that of my, what does it say?
I don't know.
It's just my something family. I feel very much
It's not like
appreciated
goddamn family or
in my immediate family.
immediate
They're one
family.
of the things in my life that I
Yeah, I
value
might die,
most.
yeah.
So I know I'm capable of loving, but maybe not in the way one would their significant other. No, I have a shit ton of journals.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, no, I like to write in there, but I feel like I write like the same thing, like over and over again. But I feel like it does help. Like it does kind of like let me like reflect upon like my attitudes towards other people.
I see. I've noticed the difference between your journals and my journal, which I don't have on me right now, but is that I typically write what goes on in my day, and you typically write how you feel throughout your day. It seems like.
Yeah. It's like I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, I would say like my rhymes were like my poems and shit weren't. I feel like they weren't that good. I feel like because when I write poetry, I feel like I'm being pretentious.
Really?
Yeah, which I don't like. And then when I read other poems, I feel like most other people are being pretentious too. Which, even though I like poetry, it's hard for me to find somebody's poetry that I like.
I see.
Because sometimes I'll read poems and it'll be like just somebody fucking speaking. It's like, I used to love once, and then that love died. Love is like the night sky or some shit like that. I'm like, and me myself, I'm like, get that corny shit out of here. But then I feel like I would write something like that too.
I don't think I've ever written like a love-related poem at all. Not one that I can remember off the top of my head, at least.
I don't think I have either.
Or like a heartbreak poem or anything like that. If I did write one, it just really doesn't come to mind. I've written like a couple of joke poems as well.
Oh yeah? I would like to do some shit like that.
There's one called My Drip.
My drip? Do you
No,
remember how it goes?
I don't remember how it goes, but I remember my mom didn't like what I was wearing that day, and she made me change. And I thought I looked fucking cool, you know. So I just I sat there and I wrote like a sad poem called like I think it started off with my mom disrespected my drip. Something like that.
I was gonna say something along the lines like, my drip is fine. My mom said she didn't like it. That bitch be lying or some shit like that.
Bitch be lying. I don't remember how it went. I'll see if I wrote it down. I think that one I did like in my notes, like your notes
Oh,
app on your phone. So
Oh,
if I did it on there, that shit's gone forever.
Where's my phone? I think I have one too.
But if it's
I
in my
remember during like the BLM protests, I wrote a poem too, but it was like
during like the
this
George
one-
Floyd one, you gotta
yeah.
specify. That's typically the biggest one as of recent days, but still want to make sure.
Let me see. I think I might have it on my notes on my phone. No, I don't have the BLM one, but it was something like comparing butterflies to moths. I forget what it was though.
I see.
And I have another one called cause I like butterflies.
Yeah.
Fuck, I should have it in here.
I can't find that shit. Alright, whatever.
Let me see.
My dog won't stop barking, so I'm just
I'm
not
looking
even
at
gonna
my
bother.
notes. It's just a bunch of food orders. 3-piece chicken with double toast, lemonade.
Hey, I can't find mine. What the fuck? Okay, whatever.
5 chicken bites.
I probably hid that shit somewhere and I can't remember where to find it. Because I didn't want anybody to see them for a certain point. They're
4-count
personal.
chicken strips with a fruit cup and an iced tea, non-sweetened.
That's one hell of a
4x4
poem you got there,
animal
brother.
Yeah, wobble bowl, extra meat, white rice, green veggies. Southwest salad with lemon and ranch. Oh, I got the bypass code from my old office racer. A Cali Classic with. I think that one's for like Carl's Jr. I think.
Yeah, I think they do have the California Classic Burger or some shit like that.
See, like this, I was trying to write a love poem to this one girl, and I wrote, "Your smile extends over infinite miles of which sunshine never ends." And that was like the end of it. But I know there was gonna be more to it. Fucking Shakespeare was a fucking playboy back in the day. He would write love poems to a bunch of girls, and they would just so he could sleep with them. No, I don't have it on here. I even had a Instagram page where I was posting poems, but I just posted one. It was something about butterflies. I probably have it somewhere written somewhere else.
I have a little a poem for you that oh, this is fucking dumb. I think this has to be the dumbest joke I've done on this channel. I have a little poem here that compares the beauty of a woman to a flower.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Go for it.
On the heath there blooms a little flower, and it's called Erica. Eagerly, 100,000 little beams swarm around Erica. Her heart is full of sweetness. A tender scent escapes her blossom gown. On the heath there blooms a little flower, and it's called Erica.
Hey, that's still pretty good.
But you know what song that is?
No.
It's one of the fucking, well, it's not a 1940s German soldier song, but the 1940s German soldiers did sing that song in marches, and the current German army still sings it.
This is the one they were talking about last time, no? I think
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I'll hum the rhythm just a little bit, just enough so I don't get taken down for potential hate speech. Because even if you do like give the warning out, like it's not enough. Again, it's not a 1940. You can't say the actual name of them. That's potential for hate speech, but so
Really?
it's not an yeah.
On one of these dating apps I'm on, there's like, fuck, I don't know how many questions there are. but you could answer like questions to see like how compatible you are with other people, like to see what
Oh,
their
okay.
answers are. And one
What
of
are
them
you
was
on?
like, let me check.
Bumble?
I'm on. No, I'm
They're
not
getting
on
sued right now.
Bumble.
Okay. I
Oh
was
yeah,
gonna say
yeah,
they're
yeah.
getting.
Yeah,
Are
like
you
if you
on?
spent, if you no, I'm not on Bumble. But
Oh.
if you, I think it's like if you spent money on it or some shit, they're like refunding it or something like that. No, something along those lines.
You
I
just have to have used it usually for those lawsuit compensations.
I was on Bumble, but this was like years back, and I think I only did it for like a week. And
Mm.
then I was like, I'm not getting any matches. All these bitches are shallow.
I
But
remember in like fucking late middle school, early high school, I was on this like sketch ass fucking dating site. Not site, like dating app. It was so
I'm,
fucking sketch.
nah, I feel like I'm pretty sure it was just me being like weird about not getting any likes. But
Oh.
no, I'm on Boo, which is like supposedly for introverts. I matched with one girl, and I was like, oh, I see you have like you like a lot of music. I go, my top five are it's Billy Joel, The Animals, The Doors, Astrid Gilberto, which is a Brazilian singer,
Mm.
female singer, and then Biting Elbows, which is like this Russian kind of like punk band.
Mm.
And then she's like, let me recommend you two songs, and I recommended her one from the Brazilian singer called Corcovado, and it's called like
Is it like Brazilian jazz?
yeah.
Okay.
And then I recommended her Vienna, which is a Billy Joel song. That's my favorite of his. And she was like, "Oh, I love Billy Joel." She goes, "I actually turned my little brother into like a Billy Joel fan." But she's terrible with replying. Like the first day, she was like,
Oh,
it was like back and forth, and
I
then
see.
now I'm like waiting a day for a response. I mean,
Mm.
she's going to college, but
Oh, okay.
I feel like
I
it's
mean, school
taking
just barely started up, so maybe it is
yeah.
getting hectic. Maybe.
And then I matched with this other girl on this other app I'm on called OkCupid. And I didn't
I've heard of
originally match with her,
OkCupid. Oh, okay.
but it was like what did her bio say? It
They'll
said
like DM
something.
me with whatever,
No,
whatever.
she goes,
Or...
I work at a metaphysical store, so I might just bring some rose quartz to her date. And then
Oh my god.
yeah, I liked her. And then on this one, if you like them, you can send a message. And I
Mm.
go, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this is corny. But I go, if we go on a date, leave the rose quartz at home. I'll bring all the emotional support you'll need.
What did she say?
And she goes, laugh my ass off. Rose quartz is for love, babe. But hey, I'll take a man who can support my emotional ass any day. And then I asked her, like, what's your favorite scary movie? Because she said she likes scary movies. She's like, I like Scream. I like the older ones, though. And I'm like, oh, nice. I go, my favorite movies are, like, the Evil Dead movies. Have you seen any of the newer Screams? They're pretty good, but it's hard to beat the classics. And then she goes, yes, Evil Dead this year was fire. I love gory films like that, and it was definitely a 9 out of 10 for me. And yeah, I watched Scream 6 this week. I lagged on it, but it was okay.
That's a hot
A li-
take.
yeah,
Most
she
people
goes
hated
like
that fucking movie.
a little. I actually liked it, and she goes, it was okay, but it was a little too predictable. I'm like,
Which
yeah,
one?
it
My
sucked.
bad.
Scream 6.
Mm. I
And
ain't
I go,
watched it.
yeah, I go, yeah, it sucks. Cause there's just one character in the movie. I go, it sucks because I thought Chad died. I go, he got tag team stabbed, and I actually felt bad that he, like he was gonna die. But then I'm like, at the end of the movie, he was like, okay, he was just hospitalized. I'm like, it's bullshit. But yeah, I've been talking to her all day today since like 12.
Mm.
But she seems like a nice girl. She's a Christian.
How do you feel about that?
I don't care.
Mm.
Like, religious wise, I don't care. Because I'm an atheist myself, but I used to be a Catholic.
Yeah.
Like, I was raised Catholic, but then, like, as I got older, I'm like, I kind of like, I look more towards, like, the darker side of, like religions and how they're
I see.
basically kind of like cults. Where most churches you'll go to, they don't really, like, do much. Like, they kind of just support the people that give them money.
I see.
Like, I feel like there's actual churches out there that actually do go out and, like, help people in need. But I feel like it's not like that for the majority. So that kind of turned me off religion. And then growing up, when you're little, you're like, oh yeah, there's this guy that, you know, they hung him upside down, they cut his ribs open and water came out. You can turn water into wine. He can walk on water. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. He's like a superhero. And then I got older. I'm like, man, this is all bullshit.
This
Nobody
is
can do this.
bullshit.
Fucking bullshit. Jesus ain't real. And then there's like, I forget what the terminology is for it, but there's like the 3-something religions, which like the Muslims have like their own version of Jesus Christ.
Yes,
The
they believe he
Christians
was
do.
real. They just don't believe he was all that.
Yeah. And then I forget
He's
what
a side
the-
character.
I forget what it's called. But yeah, it's like the Christians, the Jews, and the Muslims. They all kind of believe in like almost the same.
Yes, it's very
Religion?
similar.
Yeah.
They just have a very different way of practicing it. All three of them.
Yeah, it's like I think the Jews don't believe Jesus was like the Son of God.
No,
They
they don't.
recognize him as like kind of like a saint. And
Okay.
then the Catholics are more like, yeah, Jesus was the Son of God. They worship like the Virgin Mary and all that shit.
Yes.
And then
Then
Muslims, it's like I don't know what the specifics are, but I know Jesus is a part of that story. But instead of him being Jesus,
He's like a
his
blip
name-
in that story.
Yeah.
He's just a like
Yeah.
a little. They
And
don't
then they have
really.
their own version of him where his name was like Muhammad something. But it's
This is
almost like
Muhammad,
this-
the Prophet Muhammad.
Yeah, the Prophet Muhammad. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the originator of Islam as a religion.
So me, like, if I were to be with somebody and they were religious, I wouldn't care, because I feel like religion, like what I do like about it is like the morals it teaches. Like,
Oh
you know
yeah,
what
for
I mean?
sure.
Like I could, like, if I had a kid and my partner or whatever wanted to put that kid onto religion, I wouldn't.
You
I
wouldn't
be
like.
against it.
Yeah, you wouldn't. Yeah. I remember.
The girl, she has a cross. She has a sideways cross, which it's funny on these dating apps. I'm learning like so much about like just women in general.
I see.
Like it kind of freaks me out a little bit because a lot of these chicks are like into like kinks and shit where I feel like I wouldn't be, just because it seems like
Pussy.
Like-
No, I'm just kidding.
no, because I feel like I wouldn't be okay with that because I just wasn't raised that way.
Yeah.
Like some of these girls that like being choked, they'll post like a picture of like some like sketch girl, like a sketch of a girl getting choked. And
Mm.
I'm like, yeah, no thank you.
So, when you're choking romantically, you don't actually like fucking grab their throat. You grab
No,
them
I
like
know.
at the top, like tippy top of their chest, kind of around their throat, but not really.
No, yeah. I know the difference between it, but I still feel weird about it.
I see.
It's I don't know. I can't get behind it. It feels wrong in a way.
Mm.
But then it's like that's I don't know. It's just strange to me. Like I know like some guys will like spank their girl's ass, and I could never see myself doing that.
Yeah, I guess that.
Because I see it as like my mom raised me. She's like, "No, it's disrespectful. You never hit a woman." And I'm like, "Yeah, I think spanking falls under that. I'm sorry. I don't think I can do that." Because I feel like it's demeaning, but it's weird.
That's kind of the point.
Yeah. I don't know. That shit's just weird to me.
Yeah, they're called kinks for a reason. They're not for everybody.
Yeah.
Like when pertaining to an inanimate object, when it has a kink, it means it's not normal. It's not.
Well, like,
It's not where it should
be.
be.
Like I think BDSM is weird too, but not like in a like. I think it's weird in like a funny way, because I think it's funny for like a guy to like, or like cock and ball torture, or can you say that?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like that's strange too, because like I've hit my
It
balls
is.
before, and that shit hurts. I can't
It
understand
is strange.
fucking-
Some people like it. Some people like it a bit too much. Like the guy who had the fucking door hinge just fucking nailed in there.
Yeah, like what the fuck? like, or like when I see guys twerking on like TikTok and shit, I just think it's funny.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean. Like sometimes it's just funny. Sometimes you just can't take certain kinks seriously.
Yeah. Or like furries and shit. I think furries are funny.
Furries are pretty funny sometimes. Sometimes.
Like, cause I could, like, younger me would be like, oh, they're just playing pretend, and older me is
No,
like,
yeah.
nah, they like this shit.
Yeah, they're playing a little bit of pretend. If
Like, I was on, I forget which one I was on. I think it was cause I'm on three. I'm on Boo, OK Cupid, and one called Coffee Meets Bagel. Which that one,
I never heard of that one.
one of the guys
I've never
that
heard of
works
Boo
with
either.
us,
What happened? Sorry.
one of the guys that works with us, he's on Coffee Meets Bagel, and he said he met this one chick on there. So I'm like, his name's Randy. I'm like, Randy is kind of a weird guy, but I mean, he's like not in like the he's like in good shape for his
I
age.
see.
He has like a little tummy, but that's like, I mean, that's warranted once you're like in your 30s.
Yeah.
But he's weird. He'll come in and he'll like, hey, can you do this for me? And he'll just do like a little laugh to himself, or he'll just be like in his own little world, just like, hey, yeah, to himself. And I think that's strange, but I'm like, fuck it. If you got a match, I don't think I'm that weird. Like, I know I can get weird sometimes, but I don't think I'm that weird. I'm weird in a different way. I feel like I'm weird in like a funny, like, in a funny way.
I see. Yeah, I would agree with that. You're like funny weird. You're very daring.
I don't. You see what? I don't see that though. I feel like
Like
I'm
you
just
do
a
a lot of
little.
shit like I don't think a lot of people would end up doing. I'll be right back real quick. Just real quick.
Uh huh.
Alright, my bad. I'm back.
No, but yeah. No, I can see that, but I feel like it's I feel like. Oh, I thought you were peeing for a second.
No, I was
No.
washing my hands.
Like I know I'm weird because I'm willing to get hit by a car for a video, and everybody I've told is like, what the fuck are you thinking? But to me it just seems normal. Like, yeah, I'll just get hit by a car and that's it. It'll just be whatever. And people are like, nah, don't do that. You're gonna get hurt. I'm like, no, I'll just ease. We'll start at 60 miles per hour and then just work our way down, see what's comfortable. And I always say like start at 60 just to see what the reaction is because I think it's funny. Because 60 will fucking kill somebody. Whereas you would
Yeah, I was
think,
gonna say, I was just like, you had me there for a second too. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
yeah, because I'll tell them like, yeah, I'm gonna start at 60 and like, because it's a bunch of Armenians where we work. They're
Yeah.
like, Bubba, what are you thinking? You're gonna die. I'm like, yeah, but it's just for a video. It's not like I'm gonna get hit by an actual car. They're like, okay. They just start laughing. Or like at work, I like to do this thing where, like the guys I'm closer to at work, because they're all cool. It's mainly like the higher ups that are kind of like tight asses about shit.
That's
But
basically every job.
pretty much, yeah. Like there's this uh like a couple of like my closer friends, like Anthony. I'm pretty close to him. He's cool. Like when
Yeah.
we see each other, we'll like dap each other up and we'll hug each other. There's this other guy named Chris who we'll just like hug and I'll just keep tapping his back for like a really long time, and then he'll just like laugh and then we'll just go our separate ways. But like before the end, like when they're leaving, I'll be like, all right, man, have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow. And then I'll wait till they're walking away, and I'll like kind of like chase after them, and I'll go, hey, Like, and they're like already almost out of there, and they'll look to me, and they'll just be waiting for me to say something. I'll just look at them, and I go, "Have a good day," and they're just like laughing, like, "You too, man. Have a good day." Or I'll be like, "Hey," I'll switch it up. I'll be like, "Hey,
Kill yourself.
drive safe,"
Drive
and
safe.
they'll just laugh.
Honestly, when you first shaved your head, I was like, there's no way this was gonna fucking do that. You know, you kind of look like my first boss at Yoshinoya. My first manager.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Here he just looks like you, but fatter and taller. Oh, and not bald. But you weren't bald at the time when I first saw him.
Yeah. No, initially I'll admit I kind of lied to people and said I was, well, it's like a half lie, where I told people I was shaving my head because I don't like dealing with like dandruff, but it was kind
Oh,
of
okay.
like I don't, because I get dandruff easily, which I hate, because I'll be like scratching my head, and then I'll be getting like little flakes and shit.
Yeah, I get that.
But then I'm sorry, I'm playing Street Fighter, so
No, you're good.
I
Take your
might
time.
like talk and then just stop. But yeah. Afterwards, I'm like, damn, I really am balding. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just embrace the baldy.
Oh yeah, go for it.
And so I try and
Most men
shave
end
my.
up looking pretty sick bald. I ain't gonna lie, like full shaved head.
Yeah, I just have a funny head shape.
It's
And I
not
always
that bad.
tell.
I've seen worse.
What's up?
Yeah, your head is not that bad. I've seen worse.
Yeah, and I always tell people, I was like, I think when I was born, I feel like the doctor was just like fucking with my head like it was Play-Doh, just trying to see what shape they could get it into. And we're like, yeah, I could see that.
Hey, bro, are we ever gonna get back on that goons grind or no?
I want to, I really do. Like, I have 3 scripts ready to go, but I feel like it's kind of hard with like scheduling with all the guys because we all have like different schedules.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Because Sergio, he works, I think his days off are Friday and Saturday.
Mm. Those
And
are gonna
then,
be the days I'm getting the most hours at my job. So.
yeah, and then Johnny's are Saturday and Sunday, and that's if he doesn't get called into work because our boss doesn't like trust me fully.
Daryl or Sean?
Sean.
I see. Why do you goof up a lot or what?
Not anymore, not as much as I used to.
But he still calls him in.
Yeah. Like, I can tell Sean's a... Fuck, I think they got me. Sean's a little nervous about Johnny leaving, because Johnny requested like a week off.
Yeah.
He requested Thursday of this week, and then he requested like all of next week, or the week after.
I see. Is he going somewhere or he just wants the vacation?
He just wants a vacation. Because
I
this
see.
new chick at work, she fucking stresses us out. She's
She bad at her
annoying,
job
dude.
or she just like fucking weird?
She is.
Bad at her job or fucking weird? Or both?
I say both. Because she's like, she says she's just playing around, but she's not. I think she just says that to like mask how maybe inept she is at her job or some shit.
Oh. Oh. Oh, what she works in parts with you guys or?
No, she's a part, or she's a sales advisor.
Sales.
Or,
Sales.
no,
Service
not sales
advisor.
advisor. Service advisor, my bad.
SMH. What does she do? Like, wrong.
She doesn't, I don't think she knows the system.
Oh.
She came from a different dealership. She came from Subaru. And supposedly she was like an express rider or some shit. But it's like she's always asking the technicians to do shit they don't have to do.
Like.
So she wants all the all the technicians to do their quotes on X time, but then she wants them to write like tire sizes and brake pad sizes like because you get a hard copy of like the repair order.
Yeah.
She wants them to write all that shit on the repair order, but then when the technicians come to us to like ask for shit, she doesn't want us printing out physical quotes for them. She wants it all done through X-Time. And then she was complaining about it. I'm like, you know what? Fucking don't complain to me. Tell your manager. I go, the technicians fall under service. Under, like, the service manager. I go, that's not our fault. If they come to us, we're going to give it to them. And she's like, oh, I'm just trying to make it easier for you guys and all this bullshit. I'm like, it's not that big of a difference. I go, if anything, it's easier for us to get them a physical quote than it is to go through X-Time. Because if they're coming to us in person, it's easier to see that than for us to like catch a notification. Because it's not like we're always sitting at our desk. Sometimes we'll be like taking a phone call from a customer, or there'll be a customer in the front, or like a technician that wants like a diagram or some shit. And I'm like, we're not just here waiting for you for whatever you need. I go, we've got other shit to do. And I go, plus, you want us to be quick with your stuff, but when we ask you to do stuff for us, you take your sweet ass time.
Hey, you told her like that?
Yeah, pretty much. I worded it different. I was like, I go, if you're gonna expect like expediency from us, that shit needs to be, or it has to be reciprocated. I go, it can't just be one way. And then at the end of the day, she came and she like apologized. She's like, oh, it's just how I am. And she goes, I didn't want you to like be upset or like take it the wrong way. And I'm like, I'm gonna be honest. I go, that shit did bother me. I go, because it's not just me that has to hear it. I go, Sean seeing it, our manager, and I go, and then your manager seeing it. So it makes us look like we're just sitting on our ass all day, which we're not. And she goes, oh, well, I know not to like play around with you guys. She goes, I just do that. You know, it's been a long day. And I was like, you know what? She came to apologize. You know, I go, because Johnny wasn't bothered by it, and Joseph, the other guy, he was a little bit. But I'm like, I can't speak for them, but it bothered me. And she was, well, you know, I'm sorry, you know, you feel that way, and I'll try not to do it. And then the fucking next day, when it was just me and Johnny, she was doing the same shit. And then she actually went to our manager first to complain, instead of going to her manager about, like, the whole X-Time shit. And then, one of the other service advisors, she said that a customer set up an appointment for last week, and then the customer never came by, but we got a phone call, and they were asking if their parts were here. And I'm like, I thought you guys had an appointment set up. Like, oh no, we don't have an appointment set up, I just want to know if my parts were there. I'm like, okay, somebody fucking lied to me. So I went to their manager and I'm like, hey, what's going on? I thought they had an appointment set up. He's like, oh yeah, that's what Zara told me. I'm like, oh, then I guess, because I'm like, hey Jeff, you lied to me, because his name's Jeff.
Yeah. Name
He
it
goes,
Jeff.
what? He goes, about what? I go, well, this customer, supposedly they had an appointment for this week, and they called asking if their parts were here so they could set up an appointment. I go, what does that sound like to you? Well, it sounds like to me like they didn't even set up an appointment. He's like, oh, he goes, no, Matt, he goes, no, I didn't lie to you. He goes, that's what Zara told me. He goes, if anything, Zara lied to you. I'm like, well, they got an appointment for the 8th, so it's cool. But, you know, I'd appreciate it if it was, like, a little more transparency.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, my bad, man. He goes, I'll talk to her about it. With Jeff, I feel like he's a little too, like, high-strung. Like, he gets stressed out too easily. Which I do at times, too. But it's usually when it's, like, super busy. and I try not to take it out on anybody because it's not their fault.
No.
Like one time, a customer was complaining. It was from a body shop. Like their parts weren't there. Like they were waiting on their parts, and I fucked up and I forgot to order it. But they made a big deal about it on Monday, my day off. Even though I told them like the Saturday before that we were gonna get them their parts ASAP. And so they made a big deal about it. Sean got involved. The general manager got involved. And then Johnny's like, "No, fuck them." He goes, "We're gonna charge them more for their parts now. They're gonna be dicks about it." And I go, "It's not their fault. I mean, I go, I fucked up. I go, if anything, you know, they shouldn't be, you know, punished for my mistake." He's like, "Nah, but fuck them. They're not nice." He's like, "Oh, okay then." And what do you call it? Joe, he helped him out with a couple more orders, and he fucked up
Tuh.
because when you sell to a body shop, they get two prices. They get their price, and then they get list price, which they believe is wholesale price. But body shops get like a 20% discount off a list price.
Mm.
So he charged them more, forgot to change it on list price. So the customer came back and like, "Hey, does this fucking guy know what he's doing?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, he does. It's just, you know, Johnny bullshit." I was like, "Oh, it's because when you do it this way, it'll say it's the same thing even though it isn't." And he was like, "Oh, okay." I mean, they're good customers. They pay for their parts and they pick them up when they're ready. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't be dicks to them because, you know, they actually pick up their parts. Whereas, like, other body shops, they'll sit on them. Like, we'll have parts, like, for, like, months and months. And you think these fuckers would want them ASAP. And then they're just like, "Oh, my part's ready? How come nobody called me?" And we're like, "No, that's not true. We call you guys when they get here. So we call you the same day the parts arrive." And the guy would be like, "Oh, my bad, I'll send somebody tomorrow." And then nobody comes for, like, another month.
Tuh. Wonder what happens there.
Nothing. We just gotta wait till they come pick it up because we don't offer delivery.
And yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, I was wondering what happened at their establishment that it took them a whole month to get it.
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they do. It's like, "Oh yeah, we need this parts ASAP," and then I'll get it ASAP, and I'm like, "Oh, I'll send the driver tomorrow," and then, you know, like a month goes by, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm here to pick up parts." I'm like, "Okay, what is it?" "Oh, it's just, it's for Ryan's Auto Shop." "You have the invoice number?" "No." "You remember what parts were ordered?" "No." And then we find an order for him. "Hey, do you know what car this is for?" And I just think to myself, I'm like, "Motherfucker, you guys ordered the parts. How am I supposed to know?" Because they don't usually give us that information.
Yeah.
There's a body shop we work with called Straight Auto Body. Those guys are perfect. I like working with those guys. Because they order, like, almost every time they order something, it's like at least $1,000. And they pick them up when they're ready. Like, they'll go the same day. Like, if they're ready the same day, they'll go the same day. If not, maybe the next day. But they're like, they're on it when it comes to their stuff. And they'll give us like a repair order that they have on file. So we'll put that like we'll make a note of it on the invoice copy. So it's a lot easier working with them than with some of these other body shops that are kind of just like, "Oh, I need these parts. Oh, do you know what RO it's for?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, you didn't tell me." Like, come on now. Like, you guys should know what cars you guys are working with. But at the same time, our technicians are kind of the same way. You'll give them parts and they'll be like, "What's this for?" "Oh, it's for this RO." "Oh, it's this car?" I was like, "Yeah." Like, "Oh, that car's not even here." I was like,
Bullshit.
Did I tell you the story behind that? Like, why I say that?
No. All I know is that I like it, it's funny, and you should keep it up.
My old, where I used to work in construction, I used to work with the boss's son. And he would say that all the time, and I would just say it to, like, make fun of him. But he does it, his dad does it, and his younger brother does it. So they kind of just see it as normal. Like, I remember one time we showed up to a job site. It was raining, and the parking lot was, like, across the street from where the actual job site was. So we lugged all our shit across the street in the rain. We get there, we start setting up. we get to like where we're supposed to set tile and nothing's fucking ready. And my boss would go, "Tuh, fucking bullshit, what's going on? Like we're supposed to set tile, where's the fucking drywall? Nothing's up." And then I go, "Tuh, fucking bullshit, huh, Shane?" And he goes, "Yeah, what the fuck?" And I used to call him a parrot. I used to call him Perry, like a parrot, Perry the parrot. Cause he would always like if something fucked up, he would be repeating it this like the whole day. You're like, "Tuh, these motherfuckers didn't even have a job ready. What the fuck?" And I go, "Tuh, this is some bullshit, huh?" He's like, "Yeah."
Duh.
And then like later in the day, he would like repeat himself again. But yeah, I honestly did like working in construction.
It's just the pay wasn't enough or what?
The pay wasn't enough. It was
Hard work.
hard work, and I was like, you know what? I'm tired of doing like hard labor. Like I wanna do something inside like an office, like somewhere with AC.
Or AC.
And I liked it just because I like getting hands on,
Yeah.
and that's all construction was. But it was kind of bullshit sometimes. We would be like, "Hey, we just got like 3 pallets of material. You think we could carry them over?" I'm like, "Oh, cool. Where's the pallet jack?" No. The pallet jack's not gonna work. You're gonna have to carry them by hand. Like, it's fucking bullshit.
Fucking bullshit.
And I would have to carry over like fucking 2,000 pounds of material by myself. But no, it did keep me in like somewhat good shape because I was like, it would keep me strong.
Health.
But
Yeah, I'd imagine, but still.
yeah, it was like, fucking bullshit. They got me moving tile for like 3 hours. And then it's like every job I'm at, they're like, yeah, this chubby motherfucker must be strong. Let's have him move all the heavy shit. Like,
Oh, this
even,
was fat. That means he's strong.
Yeah, it's like right now, where with Sean, like with Johnny and them, we have this thing called turtle work, where it's
Yeah.
like my boss.
I know exactly what turtle work is.
They were like, "Hey, Giannis, can you help me with something real quick?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, sure." I'll go, "Absolutely," and I'll like follow him to wherever he needs me to go. He's like, "Hey, can you move these transmissions across the shop?" And I'm like, fucking bullshit. Okay. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I'll complain about it then, but I kind of like doing it.
What's your catchphrase?
Yeah. Like, I got some of the guys at the shop saying it too. But it's like, it started off as me making fun of them, and then now I do it.
No, you're getting made fun of.
Yeah. No. Honestly, I do like my job. Anywhere I've been, for the most part, I've liked my job.
I see.
I feel like it's just because it's like, I tell Johnny, like, anything that's my own, I love. Like, I love my car, I love my house, I love my apartment for, like, how shit it is sometimes. But,
I can respect that.
yeah. Like, fuck, work sometimes is just, like, stressful because you'll be getting phone calls and, like, people coming in at the same time. Or, like, customers in the front, and then you got technicians asking for stuff. It's like, damn, like, I gotta get all this shit done, and still there's, like, stuff to do afterwards. But I honestly love it there. The people there are cool. My manager's cool.
That's kind of how I used to feel about Yoshinoya for a while up until everything just started going south, like, out of nowhere.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
I remember I used to be excited to go to work, and then after a while,
I still am. I'm still in like the honeymoon phase of that work.
right now I'm excited for the Petco stuff, but like the Yoshinoya work, like I used to be like super hyped to go to work.
I feel that. Like when I worked at McDonald's, I loved it at first, but then it's like, it's almost like the people you work with are like what get you out of like liking your job. Like,
Yeah.
people there.
Honestly, had my manager not been like that, I probably would have stayed.
Yeah.
Honestly, she's like the #1 reason why I left.
Like I would never go back to like food service. Just because of how I feel like that shit's more stressful like than any other job that I've ever worked.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you'll deal with some like fuck ass customers that, like this one time I've told this story before. With this lady, she wanted a cheeseburger, right? I'm like, okay, cheeseburgers are like $1. This was when they were still $1. I'm like, okay, cheeseburgers $1. She was okay, here you go. And I charge her out. I'm like, okay, it's $1.29. And she goes, why? And I go, oh, because of taxes. She goes, why didn't you tell me it was $1.29 with taxes? She goes, if you say it's $1, it's $1. That's all I should have to pay for it. I'm like, well, we have to pay taxes, so we have to charge you taxes. And she goes, let me talk to your manager. And she made like this whole big deal about it, and she was gonna complain to like corporate or whatever. And the manager like handled it. She just gave her the burger for $1. And the manager like, she goes, I know it's not your fault, but next time try and let the customer know how much it is after tax.
Tough bullshit.
Yeah, I was like, man, what the fuck? Broke
Um,
ass bitch don't want to pay 29 cents for taxes.
Had a lady get mad at me over a penny.
Really? What, you shorted her a penny or?
Nope. I gave her the exact amount of change. Just
She
the
lost the
receipt was off by a penny. So what she paid was like something 99. But like her total ended up like, let's just say, just to keep it easy, it was $7.99 her order.
Uh-huh.
And so she gave me the $8 for the $7.99, and I gave her the cent back. But instead of just putting like the whole typing in 70 or $7.99 individually, I just put exact cash because it was more or less the same thing. All I had to do was take out the penny, you know.
Yeah.
And so I put exact cash. I gave her the penny that I owed her, and she got mad that the receipt said she paid in exact cash, even though she paid with a penny extra. She was mad that her receipt didn't show that the penny that she got back in change. If that makes sense.
Man, I don't know what's up with these customers sometimes.
I'm like,
They
and she
just
says
feel
because I need it for my filing. I'm like, I highly doubt a penny's gonna affect your fucking financial record that much. Chill the fuck out.
I don't know, these motherfuckers be tripping about like the weirdest shit.
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah, never again. Like I kinda deal with it now with like customers that'll buy parts, but it's not as bad. Like some lady, she ordered parts and she's like, oh, I got a bundle for the door, so I don't need these parts. I'm like, yeah, no refund. She goes, what? Every other dealership I go gives me refund. I'm like, yeah, but these are special order parts. Like it says right here on the receipt, we don't offer refunds for special order parts. I'm like, you should be happy I'm even giving you like credit for this one, even though she told me it was front driver's side. So I gave her the part, I ordered it, she picked it up and immediately just was like, this is the wrong part. And I'm like, I don't want Shawnee here because then I'm going to have to hear it. So like, okay, I'll give you an exchange for this one. And then she comes back 2 days later, oh, I don't need these parts because it came in a bundle with something else I got. I'm like, oh, we can't refund it. And then she's like, oh, yeah, let me get to talk to your manager. And the manager's like, go fuck yourself. He's like,
Wait, the dealership sells doors?
yes, we do.
Oh fuck, I probably.
We try not to sell them to customers though, because doors are big parts, and you could tell our parts department isn't that big. So it's like if we order doors for every customer that wants one, we won't have any space for like the actual body shops that pick up their stuff.
I see.
Because they're like, oh, they swear up and down that they'll pick it up the same day, and they almost never pick it up the same day.
Fuck, had I known I was able to order parts of the Dodge dealership, I would have just gotten myself a fresh door.
No.
No?
You wouldn't want to do that. It's so much more expensive.
How much would it have been?
How much was the door that you got?
Like $80? It was like 100 and something with a warranty.
Yeah, probably just triple that.
I wouldn't mind for like a brand new fucking door.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
That's just me being frugal, to be honest. But
I see.
Because you go, you buy a new door, and like, yeah, shit, straight from, you know. Basically,
My thing was like, I just thought they wouldn't have had it anymore because of how old my car is.
That too. So what year is your car?
It's pushing 15. It's 2008.
Oh, it's not. Yeah. No, the thing is like we'll have customers too. They'll like want to order parts, and it's just they don't manufacture them anymore for older cars. It's like right now, like a good year to still be able to get parts is like 2014 for sure. 2015, like anything after that, or I guess before that year, you'd be kind of pushing it to see what parts you could get. Like this
I
poor
see.
lady, she came in and she was like, I want to get like sun visors for my car, and I want to get the screws to hold them in place. And I was like, okay, let me go check for you. And I go check, and it's all discontinued. I'm like, I can get you the screws, but that's it. I go, and she goes, so what do I have to do? I go, unfortunately, since it is discontinued, they no longer manufacture them. I go, you're gonna have to go aftermarket. And she goes, what does that mean? I go, well, it's not gonna be original. She goes, is it gonna fit the car? I go in aftermarket, it could be iffy. I go, it could either fit nice, or it just won't fit at all. And she goes, so what you're telling me is I can't buy these parts, and if I do try and get them somewhere else, they might not even fit my car. I'm like,
Yep.
yeah, pretty much. And she goes, that's ridiculous. I'm like, I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. She goes, why can't you guys order these parts? I'm like, for older cars, they just stop manufacturing the parts and they just sell whatever's left. I go, they don't keep manufacturing parts for older cars. She's like, well, I'm not upset with you, I'm upset with the dealership. She goes, that's just ridiculous. And I'm like,
It's
yeah,
not even the dealership's fault.
it's not. It's the manufacturer. But I mean, who the fuck? I mean, how rare is it for someone to like, even like having like, as far as I know, most people when they get their insurance money from like car accidents and shit, they hardly ever spend it on like actually fixing the car.
No.
They usually just like pocket it and use it for something else. Which, to be honest, if I was like in like ever in a like major accident, I'd probably do the same.
Well, I got $5,000 for my car, and that's because they said they couldn't fix it, so I thought my car was unfixable. That's why I spent all my money, but had I known I could have just fucking bought a door from a junkyard, I would have done it, like, in a heartbeat.
Where are you at with your car right now?
It's the same as you last saw it, because I'm gonna, like, wait for, like, a couple of paychecks before I...
Spend all that cash,
But,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because it does get expensive.
Yeah. I was thinking of having them, like, do the doors first, and then my next paycheck, the bumper. I'm not sure. My first paycheck's gonna be really low, so I might even just wait till my second one.
Yeah, no, I can see that. When I fucked up my Camry, back when I had it, I ended up just sitting on it for like a couple months. Because I was waiting until I got my tags. So I'm like, if I don't have my like sticker, then if the registration is like up to date, what the fuck am I gonna fix it for? I won't be able to drive it. And if I'll be risking getting pulled over. Even though I didn't even have a license or... So it's like... Yeah, it's easier for them to see that I'm missing like up-to-date stickers than like them like, hey, you don't have your license, but how the fuck are they gonna know?
Yeah.
Like unless I'm driving like an idiot, you know.
Do you still have no license?
No, I have one.
Oh, okay.
I had to get one to work there with Johnny.
Oh, okay.
I was telling Johnny, or I've told Johnny before, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be honest, if I didn't need it for the job, I probably still wouldn't have it. I'm like, what do I need it for? He's like, what if you get pulled over? I'm like, fuck it, I lose the car. I just have to wait for it to get it out.
Fuck it, I lose the car. I love that.
Because it's happened before where my mom, she was dropping me off because she needed the car. So she dropped me off at work and she did a California stop. And she just got unlucky that there was cops like right around the corner, so they pulled her over. And I like walked a couple blocks to the job site. And I was like, yeah, it's gonna be like $300 and all this shit. I was like, well, I got 300, so I'll give you that. And like, oh, they're telling me it's like 300 plus like $100 holding fee or some shit like that. And I'm like, well, I don't have that much. And she ended up just borrowing it from my aunt, which I had to pay her back. But it's like, fuck it. I mean, if I'm gonna fuck around and drive without a license, like, if I get in trouble, Well, I gotta deal with the consequences. I can't get upset over.
Yeah.
Like earlier this week, I had a ticket for $93, and that's my
Did you
fault.
deserve it?
Yeah, I overslept and I didn't move my car. I parked it.
Oh,
there's
oh, it was
school
a
down
parking ticket.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought it was a.
No. I parked down there's a school down the street, and I parked in front, and you can't leave it there after 7.
Oh,
From
okay.
7 a.m. to 5 p.m. I think you can't park there because it's in front of a school and the buses will pass by.
Yeah.
And I woke up at like 8. I'm like, fuck. And I get there and I'm like, oh, cool, nothing. The car's still here, so I didn't get towed. And then I get up to the car door to like hop in, and I see a ticket on my fucking windshield. I'm like, fuck. I go, it's probably just gonna be like $60. $93. Fuck. And
Yeah, that's how much. That's more or less how much my ticket was, and they towed my car. Those fuckheads.
Yeah, I was like,
Honestly, I'm so
fuck,
mad at Bradley's aunt for that shit. Oh my god, it was Bradley's aunt that called the fucking tow truck on my car.
Where was it?
Apparently, it was blocking her driveway, which I think is bullshit. But
Yeah, it's like I think down the street, like between my apartment and or between the Korean bar and the 7-Eleven, there's like 7 parking spots, but they're usually always taken by the time I get up for work.
oh, okay.
Anywhere else down the street, you'll get a ticket if you park there for more than 2 hours. So you need a permit to be there like the whole day, but I'm not. Every day that goes by.
Is there like not that much parking by your apartment? Or?
There's a whole like parking space, but it's during the day. We close it at night, so it's like if I get it, I'm gonna just have to park on the street.
I see.
Like, and then on Mondays, like since I don't work, or Sundays too, because they don't give a shit on Sundays. I can just pretty much park it anywhere. So it's like any other day during the week. I gotta get lucky to get like the spots right by my apartment. Otherwise, I would park at that school. And I'd have to wake up like at 6:30 just to move it. Like right now, where I'm parked, it's only from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can't park there because there's a parking meter. So anytime between 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., I'll like have to move it. That's why I'm trying to like stay up so that way I can move it before that time comes around and I don't have to worry about another ticket. No, parking around here kind of sucks. That's why I was kind of hoping Johnny didn't want to go to the movies because I was in a good spot.
Oh.
And then.
Oh, why couldn't he? Oh, wait, he doesn't have a car right now.
That's the thing. He fucking told me that he was gonna have a car, and I guess his parents are like, "No, we're gonna go to see like a family member or something."
Oh.
So they ended up taking the car. Cause I pulled up to Johnny like.
No, but he still doesn't have his own car yet, huh?
No, he doesn't. He probably won't have one for like another month. I want to say. Which I don't know how he's gonna go to Oregon. Cause he wanted to go to Oregon, but this was all before his car got stolen.
Yeah, I remember him talking about that.
Which Oregon's nice. I like Oregon.
He shouldn't have gotten his car stolen, but.
I told him, what the fuck you let him see your car for? Ah, fucking bullshit.
Fucking bullshit.
You know, that sucks. Like, I didn't want to make fun of him for like the first month his car got stolen. But now that he's kind of okay with it, I'll like tease him every now and then.
Yeah, I was the same way about it at first. But now I'll be as relentless as I need to be.
Because imagine you get your dream car and then he didn't even have it for. I think he had it for like maybe a month or so, and then it got stolen. Yeah. Terrible.
It's kind of just what happens when you have a very desired car. A lot of people like that car.
Yeah, and then the fucking cars are easy to steal too. It's like you think there'd be like something that.
Nope.
Nope. Exactly. They don't. They don't have anything to prevent it because these fucking. Like it's such an easy car to steal for as much money as it's worth.
It's like almost 100 grand, no?
Yeah. I don't know. That's crazy.
Honestly, I don't.
he makes good money there. Like I just found out, he makes like $25 an hour.
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, he's lucky he doesn't have to pay like rent or anything. Cause how the fuck else would he afford that car? This shit ton of money. I think he was paying like close to
Honestly,
2 grand.
I know that's like kind of like his dream car or whatever, but I don't think it was worth trading in the Durango for.
No.
That was a nice ass car as it was.
Yeah, and he regrets it too. He regrets it. But
It's so much more like versatile too. You can take more people with you if you ever need to do that. He wouldn't have been able to take us all to Disneyland in that fucking Charger,
and
like he did with the Dodge, or like we did with the
Yeah.
fucking
Durango, yeah.
Durango. Yeah.
And then he got fucked because they sold him the car, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna give it to you at a discounted price. And then it's like missing shit or like some stuff doesn't work. It's like, and he tried to tell me,
Yeah.
like, fuck.
Payback.
Shit. Yeah, like why doesn't this work? Why is this fucked up? And they're like, oh, that's why we sold it to you at a discounted price. I'm like, how the fuck they didn't? I'm like, they're just fucking trying to get away with it.
Yeah.
The dealerships are kind of scummy.
I say payback because I don't know if he genuinely didn't know, but what's up, Lisa? I don't know if he genuinely didn't know, but when he told me the PT Cruiser had a lot of problems, and he did not warn me about any of them.
I think it's because, I don't know, I don't think he did it on purpose.
I don't know.
I think he put too much.
But the car was undrivable, like it was, like actually.
I think his dad. I think he put too much faith into his dad's like mechanic work.
Huh?
I said I think he put too much faith into like his dad's mechanic work.
Yeah.
Because I remember they're trying to sell it, and then it had this issue where it would like unlock and lock the doors like randomly.
It was doing that not too long ago. It just stopped, not recently.
And it's supposedly his dad had fixed it, and I remember going riding around in it, and it didn't do it anymore. But I don't know. Like I said, I think he put too much faith in his dad's mechanical.
Yeah, dude. Dude, there was so many things wrong with it when he sold it to me. Like the bumper was already falling off. It was stitched on.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the bumper was already falling off. It would turn off on me. It would like short. It would like it. You don't know how many times my mom's had the car shut off on her. Like, cause she used to drive it once in a while. Like it was just more convenient for her to use my car rather than for us to move cars so she could use hers.
Yeah.
It was more convenient for her. She would drive my car and she would like drive it on the freeway and it would just shut off in the middle of the freeway while she's going like I wouldn't say like full speed, but you know.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine how scared my mom was. I mean,
No, it's just
and she
dangerous.
like the whole power would turn off, so she couldn't even turn on her blinkers to tell people like, "Hey, I'm fucking breaking
Fuck
down."
it.
Yeah,
That sucks.
like the only thing that worked was like the bullshit that they added to the car, which I didn't really care about having either. I really didn't care about the stereo that he had on it, or the LEDs. It was cool to like show off every once in a while, but I was just like, yeah. I got over it fast.
Yeah, no, that sucks. I was thinking of buying one of the cars from his dad too, but I don't know.
Honestly, I wouldn't. And then the fucking, I think Johnny bought a fucking, what did he buy from? He bought something from Johnny. I think it was one of Jenny's old cars or something. Not Jenny's, fucking Joanna's old cars.
Yeah.
Apparently that shit doesn't even work either.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought his dad was pretty good with it stuff, but Johnny was telling me today that like none of the cars they really have are reliable. Like the Journey,
Yeah.
I guess it like overheats really. There's like a leak with cooling or something like when his dad has.
Yeah. No, like,
The Silverado that they have, that shit turns off randomly too. So,
yeah, but I don't know either. But, yeah, the PT Cruiser would, like, short. Like, it would have electrical shorts a lot. Like if I turned on the light inside the car, it would short. If I turned on my high beams, it would short. Which there was no reason to turn on my high beams. I was just telling Jacobs that high beams exist, and
Oh, it fucking
and
turned off.
and it fucking turned off on me in the middle of the freeway. I was like, oh fuck. But I took it to the mechanic. I think after like 4 mechanic trips, it's almost in perfect shape. Right now, like other than the body, there's only one issue with the car, and it's not bugging me.
And what's that?
The steering wheel is a little bit stiff, not crazy
sure.
stiff,
Yeah.
but the power steering is full, dude.
Yeah,
So
wouldn't
I
even
don't,
know.
huh?
I said I wouldn't even know what that is.
Yeah,
I would think maybe it's like something with the steering column or like the coupler itself.
yeah, I don't know. I think that's what I should do with my first paycheck, cause my mechanic doesn't charge me too much.
Is it like a guy that you guys have been going to for a long time?
Every time like my family has a problem with the car, that's who we go to.
I see.
It's a little far in Pico Rivera, but I mean, he took my car from undrivable to almost perfect, so.
Yeah. I mean, that's good.
He's one of the few people that I trust with my car like that.
Yeah, and then you gotta be careful because some of these like mechanics, they fuck up your car on purpose just so you could come back to them.
Nah.
Like I figured
Oh,
out.
if these guys have done it, they're really good at hiding it.
Yeah, I think it was out in like Oklahoma or Ohio. It was one of those bumfuck nowhere places where